Hello and welcome to DC30 and our Mythic Odyssey of Theros, D&D with an ancient Greek twist. I am your Dungeon Master Romeo, and I am joined tonight by Tamara, Virla, Rebecca, and Ali. Morse, as ever, is in a bit of a work situation at the moment. He may join us later via text format and will relay instructions. And Violet has had a bit of a health situation at the moment, and she's fine, but just is not feeling super well or up to being with us tonight, so Ali will Jaeger her and I will RP her. But other than that, how are we all this evening?
Oh, we're tip top. Halfway through a 3-day weekend, you can't beat it.
Oh man,
I'm so jealous.
I am
my God.
so jealous as well.
Wait, a 3-day weekend?
Yeah, bank holiday tomorrow.
As someone who works in
Lucky
retail,
ducks.
fuck you, buddy. No, I'm kidding.
In Germany it was a holiday today, but it's a Sunday, so
I have
Hey,
screaming.
As someone who works in retail, I'm betting they actually honor that when it comes to a holiday like that. Some of us don't always get Sunday off. Literally,
yeah,
most days I will bull
that's
rush
fair.
from my day job to this place, wolf down my food, and set up everything really quick, just for you guys.
Worth it.
You're
Oh, yeah.
braver than the US Marines.
That's true. I'm gonna wait for that siren to pass, and
What did you do, Romeo? What did you do?
listen. Those school children knew what they signed up for.
Oh my god, that went super dark, super fucking quick.
I'm just saying, if you pick a fight with someone, you better come prepared to catch hands.
Oh man, that reminds me of the time I used to get into water fights with kids from the local council estate. They were no match for me and my kettle.
Oh my god. And on that note, are we okay to begin?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. Now, when last we left off, I believe you guys had chased up a quest that you had undertaken to investigate what was causing the local Griffon population, or a nearby Griffon nest, to act unusually aggressively towards things like farmsteads and the like. They are hunting predators, make no mistake, but they do, in fact, know to keep their distance, and that had not been the case. You discovered that a pack of egg hunters, insidious little reptilian creatures that are able to camouflage themselves by inflating a sack on the end of their tail to resemble eggs, were hiding in the nest and feasting on the eggs, causing incredible stress upon the creatures and for them to behave abnormally. You were able to time your assault on the nest to when the griffins would mostly be out. A well-timed banishment from Hilira, sent the griffins packing, the two remaining god griffins packing, at which point you comfortably dealt with the egg hunters, discovering them as well in the process. We concluded the session with a cacophonous curse word that rang out in the night as Vakios came to terms with having lost a bet and owing Bithynia a favor.
Such bullshit.
And that's where we come to now. You guys have set up the dome, brain fart, and have now basically checked in for the evening. Does anybody wish to do anything before bed?
Apart from drink as much wine as I can physically get my hands on, no, I'm good. Not a good loser.
Very well.
I don't know if I should go out. Should I go out for celebration?
Are we still in the wilderness?
You're still in the wilderness, you've made camp, but
Yeah, feel free,
Go
go
out.
out. You can go party like it's no tomorrow.
Woo! Me and the trees, baby.
You and the griffins.
Hell yeah.
Can I mosey over to Xanthia?
Sure.
Sure.
I just gotta sit next to you. I just gotta go. So, Xanthia, we know a lot about everybody. Well, except for maybe Bithynia. I don't know a lot about Bithynia or Scotinos. We know a little bit about Bud. We know a lot about Amalia.
Mm-hmm.
This is very, very nice. But we don't know a lot about you. I don't even really know where you're from.
Bacchus, can I have some of that wine?
If you don't want to tell me, that's fine. You don't have to.
It's just not a very happy story, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Ali, you're muted.
Sorry, no, I wasn't choking on anything suspicious. I was just gulping in wine.
Well, okay. If you don't really feel comfortable sharing, we could do like I know that there's this game like right where somebody asks somebody a question and then they answer and then the other person also answers the questions. Like, Xanthia, do you have any siblings?
I used to have.
You used to have?
Yeah. Most of my immediate family died.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, short story. I'm from a very, very small fishing village. I left home quite early to train and become a paladin. Some years later, I received word that my hometown was no more.
Shit.
There were no survivors. My family, they're all dead, except for my aunt and uncle in the town of Melodies.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you know who did that? That's some fucked up shit.
It's probably, I don't know, some supernatural thing that happened there. The entire town just was reduced to more or less nothingness.
So, was there like burned buildings, or was it sort of like scooped up?
Well, not burned exactly, but I'd really like some of that wine now, I think.
Yeah, I think you fucking earned it, and I hand my mostly empty amphora over.
Yeah, I just start drinking and just almost seems like I want to crawl into that amphora. Just like,
Just double checking, is this the special wine or the special mead?
No.
Okay.
That's in a small bottle on my hip. I'm saving that for a very special moment.
Oh god.
Oh yes.
Okay.
okay, your turn. Do you have any siblings?
Me? I do. Yes.
They're well.
What you want to know?
What are they like? Are they older, younger?
Well, I have 3 older brothers and an older sister, and I'm the youngest. And my brothers, they're a little bit uptight. very much like my dad. And then my sister, well, when we were kids, we would like sneak into like my brother's rooms and we would like whip stuff in their hands and then tickle their nose and then wow. That was fun. We used to do that a lot. But as she got older, she had like duties and stuff and things she needed to do, and then it was just me.
Are you still in contact every now and then?
No. Not since I left.
Hilly, are you running away from something? Because you run really fast, right? And you like to run. So are you running from something that you're not proud of?
I'm proud that I left my home, I think. Yes, I am running, I guess.
Running from what?
Or who?
Ooh, that's a very loaded question.
Or why?
Goodness, okay. Well, I never really understood in like training and stuff why we always had to fight each other and hurt each other. And I used to like sneak away from training and stuff. And then my dad would find out and he would get mad and then, so just kind of. Do we have background noise? Because that's very loud and I can't hear myself. Oh. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It's at 15%.
Maybe it's just me.
Am I very loud to you?
No.
No.
Weird. Okay, I've dropped it to 6%.
That's fine.
Great.
Oh, it's 10%, yeah, cool. Is that okay, Vila?
Yeah, all good.
Okay.
What was the question again? I just totally lost my train of thoughts.
You just said words.
Exactly.
Can somebody please redeem that?
Your father made you fight your siblings?
Well, no, like in training, you had to like fight each other because you had to train and stuff, and I never really understood why we like had to intentionally hurt each other. That just felt a little bit odd. I didn't like it.
Yeah, you must have been quite young then, right?
Well, just in general, it was just like a morals thing, I guess. And then Ronos, he came into my room one night, and I was like, "Ah, who are you?" And I was like, "Ah, I'm a god." And I was like, "Ah," and then he was like, "Yeah, I'm a god." And he was like, "Woo," and I was like, "Oh, you're a god." And then he started talking to me about like all the fun things outside of Akros and things that like were different from Akros, and like, yeah.
Illyra, one tiny, insignificant little question, right? What's your last name?
You mean like what house I'm from?
Just quick
yes.
DM appendix. Surnames in ancient Greece and thus what I've done in Theros are not really a thing. Except for Tritons specifically, is what I've... So Tritons specifically have surnames. That's a thing. I made that a thing that they do exclusively, basically. But surnames are not really a thing.
Then, in that case, let me retcon my question by what house are you from? Oh, I can't believe I've never asked that before.
Well, I'm from the Wild Bear. Where are you from?
I would like to really quickly insight check her to see whether or not she's telling the truth about which house she is.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
That's a 4!
Hard to read.
Modifier. I have a modifier +1.
You know, you're good at reading a lot of things, Botch. People isn't necessarily one of them, unfortunately. So
What about me?
you can make an insight check if you want, Bithynia.
Okay, hold on. I will print or go back. Ah! Okay, I will crop this and I will post it in Discord for you.
Well,
So I'm sitting here, relishing, having a party of one, listening in. Bacchios doesn't really know what's going on.
Usual.
Well, meanwhile, Bithynia is in the corner listening. And she's like, House of Bear, you said?
Oh,
House of Bear.
Oh my god.
House of Bear?
Wild-
Is that
wild
what you
bear.
said?
fuck me.
Wild
Yeah, that's
bear?
what she said. And
Is that-
so she's being completely honest. And just for the note, for the record, so the house is known as the House of the Bear. Your father's nickname was the Wild Bear of the Lectoi. Or the Wild Bear of Akros.
And I would like to briefly cast my mind back to my time in Akron Society and see what I remember about this this great house and this great man and leader.
Okay, you have an Anton Ego eating the ratatouille moment right now, basically. You are, like, the name just rings out in your mind and brings up images of a behemoth of a man who you remember as standing almost half a head taller than you.
Big.
Wide enough to almost not fit through some doors. And an unparalleled force of destruction on the battlefield. The House of the Bear was prestigious to begin with, and his sheer might elevated it to a status where it was among the top 10 houses. He was a powerful man, a brilliant tactician, and a inspiring leader who was respected by his troops, who is respected by his troops, and feared by his enemies.
I'm kind of speechless at the moment. You know, not saying in my head, I'm kind of speechless, thinking, "Oh shit, I've been traveling with this guy's daughter, and I've said some really fucked up shit to her and around her." Just realised that this guy could kill me with one hand.
Okay,
So, and
you
also,
okay over there?
as a DM note as well, the Lectoi, from what I understand, they're sort of like the rung above the Stractoi where Botch's Bacchios' house was, if I
Correct.
remember right. Okay, so basically, I should be treating Hilira like a noble, as she is from she's of much higher status than me.
It's hard to describe. She is of a
She's
higher
a runaway.
status. She is of the higher status than you. To use a Game of Thrones parable, you would be like. I'm trying to think of one of the lesser houses. You'd be like a House Dustin or a House
Mormont.
or
Greyjoy?
a House Mormont, and she would be straight up like Stark or Greyjoy or.
Fully with you on that, yeah. Okay. Oh shit. Hilira, can I offer you any wine? Milady?
What are you acting so weird for all of a sudden?
You've never called me my lady before.
Well, I didn't know that you were part of the house of the great and noble and powerful house of the Wild Bear. And I'm genuinely shitting myself right now.
Lyra's going through her mind. Do I have modify memory? Do I have modify memory? Do I have modify memory?
Do you have modified memory?
No, I don't.
You hear a
I'm
voice.
just gonna look over at Bakos. Why is it that big of a deal? Are you sure? Does this matter to you that much?
Question. Is anyone from Akros looking for you right now?
I am unsure.
But then you roll a history check to answer your question, by the way.
$13 total.
That's enough. It's not a terribly high DC. You think back for a moment and you take stock of the very different backgrounds between yourself and the two Akroans before you. You are part of a city-state that prides itself on meritocracy, democracy, and equal voice, with a special disregard for inherited authority or social caste or social structure of that accord. And you do recognize that Meletis is unique in its zeal towards such an ideal, and the idea of deference, particularly with from ancestral renown, is something that other city-states have still practiced quite, well, many other city-states still practice quite fervently. Akros, above all, are very much adhering to a caste system that is based on warriors. And family means everything. Family name means everything in that society.
So Bethania's like 180 from this because she is 180 from this, and so looking around, you guys know who my uncles are, though, right?
I think we've seen them once.
Yeah, weren't they at the assembly as well?
Yeah. But we don't really know who they are. Do I know who they are?
Do I know who they are?
They would be well known.
Xanthia, make a history check. Hilira, you have no idea. They would be well known, but Hilira's a far cry from...
Oh, God.
based on her level of political curiosity and her approximate...
11?
Not really. You're a warrior first and foremost, Xanthia. You leave the bureaucracy to others.
Yeah.
So that's curious because my uncles would more than likely, though, know the people that are above them in Akros, given what they do. And while I'm more on the educational thing, I will keep that to myself.
What house are you from, Bakos?
None. Officially anymore. I don't have one. And I look down and sort of like I'm clearly very ashamed here at the moment. I have no house.
I have no
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah, but
I didn't even
here's
know
the
you
thing.
all were
Here's
from
the
a
thing,
house.
right? I have parents, but they won't even look at me anymore. Right? They're old. They're decrepit. I should be looking after them, but no, they wouldn't even accept me anymore. I'm pain of death. Right? If I go back into Akros right now, they will kill me.
Why, Bug?
Why? Why would they? I mean, that could be prevented. Anything can be prevented.
you clearly don't know how little chill Acronians have when it comes to gigantic cock-ups, right? Yeah, I majorly fucked up, right? And not only did I fuck up in such a way that
Only
cannot be
once?
forgiven. Oh, no, here's the thing, right? I was a big time general, right, within the Lucas, right? Major big league player, right? I was a big dick swinger, right? I was all about town. But not only did I fail of missions so catastrophically, right, that I would have killed somebody else that had fucked up that bad, but I also pissed off Iroast.
It's not true?
Iroas is the patron god of Akros.
He is the god of victory, one of the two gods of war, the other being Mulgus, the god of slaughter, who is the patron of ministers.
Isn't there a big temple in Akros, the colophon,
Yeah.
that is sort of watched over by Iroas?
Yes.
Where Iroas is meant, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm thinking he's the patron god.
Yeah, he's definitely the
tell me if
patron
I'm wrong.
god of Akros. Much
Yeah.
like Ithara is the prime deity of Meletis, Eros is the prime deity of Akros. Bithynia, offhand, you would know, and Hilira, you would know this as well. The sacred texts say that Eros and Mulgus were once the same deity. A god of war named Iax, who was a child of Ithara and, no, sorry, he was a child of Ithara and Erebos. Iax, fearful of his more vengeful nature, split himself into two beings, a god of slaughter and a god of victory, a god of honorable war.
And with that in mind, put it this way, right? I was Iroas's boy my entire life until things got a little too easy. Victory came so easily at my hands and at my axe that...
Sorry, quick correction. He was the son of Erebos, god of the dead, and Dianeme, goddess of unity.
Okay.
Who you don't hear from very much, because I homebrewed her. Continue.
And so, in one of my more drunken stupors, as you can imagine, that got pretty hefty one day. Morgus appeared and offered me new pleasures from the art of war, and he led me down a really dark path. Like, he got me into some shit that I never thought I would enjoy. Like, put it this way: once you acquire the taste of blood, right? Once you get a real hankering for it. Yeah, everyone does look at you a little bit funny after a battle.
The thing is going to look over at the satyr over in the corner. Not the first time I've heard of that, but continue.
Well played. Suffice to say, Morgus is a prick, and he led me down some really dark shit. And I thought, after I was expelled from Akros, right, for majorly fucking up, I kind of renounced them both, and that's where Clothis came in and gave me actually a new purpose after about 10 years of wandering alone. No home, no family, no house, no god, just pure rage. Yeah. And I finished that little soliloquy by necking the rest of the amphora.
Do you want to go back?
Who doesn't want to go home? I mean, Hilira, my lady, you want to go home at some point, don't you, as well? There's no place like Akros.
I don't know. I've never been there. I've never left the city outside of the times that I've went out with you all. 20 plus years of being in one city. I'm trying to get out, and yet it seems like you all are trying to avoid going back.
It's not that I want to avoid it, it's just that if I do, I'm dead. And I don't know about you, but I like living. It's fun. There's wine. There's wine. Yeah. I just sort
Well
of stuffed
spoken.
myself into silence. Hey, my charisma score's not that high. Okay, give me a break.
Well, the question is, though, if I had connections, would you want to go back? Maybe that's something. I know that you owe me a favor, but maybe that's something that I could do. No questions asked. I have connections. And even if I've never been there, I don't know.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about the games? The games of the Iroan games.
Me, personally?
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you know that I'm not a person who is in the position about what you know. I'm a person in a position about who I know.
Okay. Well, put it this way. The only way I could reasonably show my face in there again is sneaking my way in, right?
Okay.
Winning the games, and then
Okay.
declaring myself. That's pretty much the only way I won't be killed on the spot. I might be later, but that's the only way I'd actually get time to plead my case.
This seems like a lot of all or nothing thinking. Like there's only one way. Like I feel like there's more than one way
welcome
to
to Akros.
You can't negotiate. Everyone has a price, and it can't just be life or death.
Have you ever been to Akros before?
I told you I've never left Melodies outside of the time that I've gone with you all, but negotiations can get
This
you far.
is why we view Melodies as a bunch of pussies, because then
You are what you eat. I don't know what you want to say. So like
I mean, Bithynia, I'm fully with you on that. If you want to give me 20 minutes, I'm sure I could demonstrate on you. But
Oh, Bithynia, take a point of piety for that. Fuck.
well played. Well played, my lady. Well played. That's not Bokios, that's
the
me.
DM drinks. No.
I forgot to mention as well, sorry, at the end of the last session, Botch gained a point of piety as well.
Hey, what did I gain a point of piety?
Egg hunters are parasites that disturb the natural process.
Fair enough, I will take it.
Rebecca, how are you so good at comebacks? It's fascinating.
You should have been
She's
a
a
bard.
warlock
and have-
IRL. No, she's a warlock
Yeah.
IRL.
Vicious mockery comes naturally to her.
Oh yeah.
No, I started with bards, and then I was like, I could do this with warlocks and have pew pew more so than bards. No.
Fair enough.
No, it's like ordering a wizard off of Wish.com. You get the smarts and the magic damage without all the math. It's fine.
Listen, I will have you know that if you can stomach the math, and Ali can attest to this, wizards can do some funky shit.
Oh, hell yes.
I know, but I
Oh
cannot
my
stomach
God.
the math.
You nearly died, though.
Worth it.
It was
Like-
so good.
After the sperm whale incident, I was like, I can die now. Like,
Sperm whale
I-
incident. Oh, that was so good.
continuing. Sorry, I did disturb the roleplay. Continue.
Anyway, you were
So,
talking about
after-
eating pussy.
And then she's going to cover the eyes of Couplet, be like, not you. This is. We've gone off the rails.
Don't we always? Okay, here's the thing. In Melodies, things can be debated, argued about till you all get old and get grey beards, right? But in Akros, we're kind of more immediate with our reactions.
So, what if you gain favor with a high lectoi?
They might not kill me on the spot. Again, I don't know. When's the last time you ever heard of someone who was banished coming back and being accepted back into society?
Touche.
I mean, I've read about it in books, so, and I've also been at the dinner table more than once with people around Militis, council members and what have you, that have been in the decision-making process for it, and death isn't always the final answer, even though people going into it, I think, carry more weight with them. But how long ago was that? How long have you been on the run? I don't even know. How long ago did you leave?
10 years.
10 years. And you think
10
that they
years.
still have, like, hasn't someone replaced your position? And
Oh.
you said you were general?
Definitely. My position would have been filled the day after I was banished. Easy.
So why do they care now? Why?
2 reasons. 1, Acronians have 0 chill. I mean, you've met me, right? And
I
2,
don't know. Lara seems pretty chill.
Well, I'm kind of the odd one out.
he's the exception that proves the rule. And also, it's not a question of law, it's a question of honor and status and being able to hold your head up high and say who you are and what you can do. And yeah, I've kind of I shit the bed on that one.
But couldn't you... Look, I'm just saying that I have a particular set of skills. And if you
have to do this in an Irish accent. I have a particular set of skills. I can't do Liam Neeson. Sorry, continue.
That's pretty good.
It's a preference. So if I'm just saying that if I know people and they happen to know the people that knew you, would that be a position within Melitise that your skill set, which clearly is different than mine, well, we might have one skill set
Alright.
in common, but I'm just saying that
I got that.
Well played.
I'm just saying, like, if my people can talk to your people, then maybe you can be accepted and you can go home.
Okay. Here, do you know what? Go for it. Let's ask your people to talk to my people. Raise the name Bokios, and then see what happens, and we'll go from there. How about that?
Is there a name there that I should go to? Because I'm for someone who goes to the top. Like, the people I know would go to the
I
top.
look immediately to Hilera and go, her dad is a good start.
Hilara, the bear. Do I need anything other than wild bear? Is this
Well,
enough known?
He doesn't. She doesn't at all.
Well,
What about your sister? You said your sister has duties and responsibilities, so I'm guessing if it's royalty or whatever the hell they do over there, you have a sister who's ahead of you in lineage. Is your sister the oldest of your siblings?
No, my sister's duties are mostly get married, have children.
And where is she at with that timeline?
Well, I think she's getting to the get married part.
Do you know who she's getting married to?
No, I don't. I don't know him.
Okay, what about the brothers? Are your brothers in charge of anything?
I don't know. DM, are my brothers in charge of anything?
I just want to
That I
say
know
that
of.
as a retail worker, this conversation Bithynia has is giving me heart palpitations.
I'd like to speak with your
Allie,
manager,
you sly
Hilara.
devil, you.
Next episode, Bithynia
absolute
goes to get a
cat.
Karen haircut.
I have a wig. I will wear it. I'm going to
Oh my God.
Outpost to talk, speak with the manager, because I came in 15 minutes before closing, and I can't have my shit done
Okay,
today.
I'm gonna make a
Get
magic item
Patrios in.
called a Karen wig. It lets you know the vicious mockery cantrip and makes you immune to psychic damage. What was
That's
the question?
amazing.
Someone asked me a question.
Yeah, so if
what,
her siblings are in charge, does Hilara know what her brothers are doing?
Right.
Or
Yeah,
how in charge they are?
what do my brothers do? What are their duties? What do they do?
Their duties are a little hard. They need more vegetables in their diet.
Roughage,
happens.
noted.
There's a zoo.
Their duties are basically military, first and foremost. So you would come from the Theros equivalent of a military family. So they would, at this point especially, likely be serving in the role of captains or of their own platoons or something to that effect.
Yeah, would it be fair to equivalate Akros to Sparta from ancient Greece?
Oh, like in literally every way. In the same way that
Essentially
Melitese is
that,
a
yeah.
stand-in for
Well,
Athens.
Yes, essentially.
Hilara, question. If your siblings would probably know the name Bakios then, potentially, because how much older is your older brother?
Yeah.
Your oldest brother?
Hilira's 20... what again?
22, I think.
Okay.
And Bakios, how old are you?
21.
Okay.
45. I'm 45.
And then your older brothers are how old? Because you said you have 4 siblings, so that means that your older brothers could have known Bakios.
Okay. Hilira, your eldest would be 30 now.
Yeah.
The other 2 brothers that are non-identical twins are both 27. And your sister's 24.
Oh, my sister. I repeat that.
So you
My
said
parents,
that you said currently. Hold on. The twins are 27. The sister's 24, and the eldest is how old now?
30.
30. Right now. So that means they were 20 when you were in, but you're 40 what?
45.
So you were 35 at that time. Did you have any connection to like recruits? I'm guessing they would have been like maybe lower ranking at that time. Even
I'll
if
say
they had
you-
them.
No,
I don't know.
the house was a high ranking family though, surely. So they'd have all been above me no matter how old they were.
You would have served with them in some larger scale battles if there was occasionally a few slightly larger numbers of Cyclopses will get together and think that they can storm the city, and so that's when larger deployments have to be initiated in order to combat that kind of threat.
But yeah, we would have
so-
definitely served. Yeah.
So yeah, you've seen battle together, and just naturally, no roll necessary, I'll say that you recall, yeah, you recall her brothers. They would have been little more than, whelps in, seeing their first real action in the capacities they usurped with them. Generally, trained warriors as all Akroans are, but, very much kids who were still green around the gills when you saw them.
Whereas I was already a veteran of like 10 years.
Correct.
10 to 15 years, yeah. Cool. Yeah, oh,
So, okay, so what, I mean, with the festival that's coming up, would they have any reason to go out there? Like if I were to extend, or someone in my family were to extend an invite, would they be Hilaire, would your brothers or sister be interested in going to the festival?
I'm not quite sure if they would. Maybe if you say that I was spotted, maybe they'd come. They like
Well,
to stay close to Akros.
No, I'm not mentioning either of your names. With whatever you all have going on behind the scenes that I don't have all the details for, it seems a little sketch. But I will say that I could get them into the city where the festival is. Like, if you wanted me to ask them anything, we could get them in on Melodies. Like, I know that you've said that they are not necessarily, they're BFFs, but, like, I could totally invite them. Extend it. I mean, my uncles know about war. That's like all my uncles know about is if Melodies has anything defense related, it's my uncles who have their hands in it.
Feels a little harsh to Melodies, but fair enough.
put it this way, Bithynia, right? If you were just to send an invitation to a high-ranking Acronian family, they would probably go and wipe it and use it as toilet paper. If you sent an invitation to an Acronian family highlighting the glory that they would be giving you by their mere presence, because we have notoriously notoriously big egos, right?
I couldn't tell that at all. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. You've met me, but if you make it seem like it'll be a huge honor for their mere presence, then that might persuade them to join.
I'm just saying that my uncles, being who they are, would I think have a legitimate reason if there just happens to be a festival on the same weekend, especially with the new stuff that we got with the bolts. They might be interested in the new defense items that we've been doing research-wise. I'm just saying. I'm not necessarily, like I said, someone who comes from a house or, a family or whatever. I mean, I was basically put into boarding school my entire childhood. I don't have family. I barely have friends. But what I do have are connections.
All I can say is good luck.
Well, I'm saying I'm putting this out there in the event. I don't know what your long-term goals are. I just wanted to go out to to see. I happen to know Melodies, and y'all came here, so I figure who better to be, I don't know, something. But I'm here, and I'm guessing that if you all wanted to go back, or if I could get them in the city, you don't have to be there, but I could get any information from them if you wanted, and maybe we could bridge that gap to getting you back in there. Like I said, I'm not into fighting too much, but I do have the ability to get the final kill, word, or other need in. So if that's something that you want, maybe I could start now or in the future.
What I want is a little immaterial for two reasons. One, I'm just a poor boy from a poor family, right? Had to do it. I'm sorry.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Reason number two is, right, when I did oh shit. It's rolling dice, that's never a good
Are
sign.
you rolling psychic damage against yourself, Romeo?
That is correct. That is 100% what I was doing. Like, literally not even
How much
joking.
damage does a DM take?
23 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
I'll take it.
All right.
Reason number two
Fantastic.
is when Clovis found me and agreed to guide me on the path forward, she did promise that I would have a way back into Acronian society if I did what she told me, right? And all I've got to do is play the waiting game. Clovis knows the path. I am merely walking on it.
What is a waiting? Waiting? You can't buy like the fast pass to get it sooner or anything.
You are very much a Melitesian. You are not an Acronian.
We have money and mental capability here. So
we have strength and big dicks.
Well,
Present company accepted.
well,
Helena, you hear in
Those
your
are-
ear, you know what? I admire him for turning that joke around on himself.
No burns, those are rare.
Yeah, basically, a god said that to Helena about you.
Nice.
well, the offer
question,
stands.
Romeo.
It sounds like you all have.
Sorry, what was that, Helena?
You-
Oh, sorry, Vila?
The House of the Boar, their status like?
You said House of Boar. Who's a House of Boar?
Yeah. Talk to the DM.
How many? What in the Hogwarts is going on here? How many
Okay.
houses are there?
There are... If you counting all the lesser houses in Akros, there are literally hundreds.
Okay, but the one from my backstory, what is their status like?
The House of the Boar.
Yeah.
And who are they?
They're a lesser but nonetheless powerful house that would, so they would top out at like they just about make your category of renown.
Okay.
So,
I was
like-
like, me
so,
going
like-
down in status?
No,
wow.
they're in the top 10, but you
Yeah.
guys would be like at the 5th spot, and they would be at the 9th spot.
I was gonna marry down?
So
You're engaged.
there is status, and then there is wealth. They were a wealthy house, but they were, it's old money versus new money. They were a younger house with less accolades and less notches on their belt, ancestral heroes-wise kind of thing. So they weren't, they were coming up in the world, but they were nonetheless very wealthy, wealthier than your own house, and so it was a case of exchanging status for material benefit.
Okay. Cool.
Which,
Cool.
speaking, Bakios, you've gone around speaking about BDE and all that jazz, but Holera, Xanthia, are you all in relationships? I mean, you said you're family, but are you connected to anybody?
Sorry, what? I just zoned out. What was the question?
I said you said that you have family or not family, but are you in a relationship with anybody? Situationship, anything of that sort?
Me? No.
Skotinos asks, do you go kebab or souvlakia? For those of you taking notes, souvlakia is a kind of sausage.
I'm very confused.
Critical Role reference.
I'm afraid I don't understand the question, to be honest.
Probably
I'm
for the
asking if
best.
you're like in a partner. Are you married? Are you
Me?
married? Do you have children, Xanthia? Do you have
No,
a significant other?
no.
Not yet.
Are you offering?
Hey, I'm
Arceus
always
offers
down.
himself to everybody. Even the 90-year-old director in the university.
Hey, she turned herself into a fucking hot piece of ass, right?
I'm just saying. Most people do after you drink enough wine, so.
Boy, wine is the best.
Are you in a
No.
relationship, Bithynia?
No, absolutely not.
Why
I
not?
don't know. You asked.
What was that?
You asked.
Yeah.
Xanthia,
no,
so I thought
mean,
I'd ask back.
Yeah,
no,
why not?
I mean, why me?
Yeah. There's no reason you can't get it on with, some scholarly chap, No. I imagine, right, that Melite's men are really good at fingering, right? Because all they do is scribe, and that really strengthens up the finger muscles.
It is. However, their fingers are often involved in work in the classroom, and it's frowned upon to do things while at work.
That makes it better.
I wouldn't know, but I'd like to consider myself married to my work.
This got out of hand real quick.
Are you trying to pinpoint the exact moment you lost control of this?
It was 40 minutes ago.
That's
or 9
right.
months. I don't know.
That is, both answers are correct. Continue.
So yeah, when we're talking about Melite's chaps, well, I know plenty. There's plenty available, but it's like when you have a high bar, it's really hard to find someone who meets that standard. So if like Hilera or Xanthia had someone in mind or like a particular person, I could, filter through everybody that I know within the city. If you wanted someone in power, I know people. They aren't for me, but I also know people who like work at the local, the bathhouse. I know someone who works there. I know people who work at the university, guards and things of that sort. So, it really just depends on what you're interested. You want a hoplite? Those come in through town. I know them too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get a stool? If you've got a high bar, just get someone to stand up on a stool and you can, you'll be able to reach them that way.
I think
going
I can
to
only handle
fucking
one
murder
person at a
all of
time
you.
personally, but I don't know if I want to at once.
I will
I
creatively
don't-
misunderstand my way through every conversation in D&D.
Yeah, I
go,
just, it just... Maybe I have to change my standards. You're right.
Get a stool.
But
I will get a stool.
are you happy at the moment, being married to your work?
Yes.
Insight check.
Make an insight
I
check.
want to see if she's telling the truth.
Bithynia, if you would like, you can contest this with deception or persuasion. Your choice.
Let's see what he rolls first.
Okay.
I want to
And
do
then I will.
insight as
If-
well.
Okay, go ahead and make an insight check, Hilira.
Yeah, let's all do insight.
Bithynia, because of your total lack of conviction, you have disadvantage on this roll if you decide to contest it.
This
Because
is bullshit.
More than that 20!
I rolled
there we
I
go.
rolled a 12.
So,
24.
all right, what does that come to for a total, Xanthia?
21.
Okay, it's a 21 and a 24. Would you like to contest this, Bithynia?
Yeah, I'll still contest it. When am I rolling?
So, if you would like to, if Bithynia is choosing to be truthful right now, persuasion. If she is attempting to mask something, deception. At disadvantage, because you didn't say it with much conviction.
So persuasion is with advantage on my skill sheet.
Oh, that's within a city. You're not within a city.
Ooh.
So my first one was a 23.
Okay.
Oh!
What was the second?
Let's see.
Hilarious. The name of the chance.
21.
What does Helena read?
Tell me.
I will leave it up to the player. What does Helena read?
There is some. So my persuasion. I did persuasion, by the way, and
Okay.
so
Okay.
I was trying to persuade you that, and maybe I could change in the future, but it would have to be a very particular person, who maybe they're also married to their work, but I haven't found them yet, or maybe I have. I don't know.
Okay. You get a sense of tentative honesty, Helena. She's not being deceitful anyway, or trying to be deceitful. She is stating a basic truth whilst leaving the subtext of being open to a change in situation as kind of just a given. If that makes sense.
Well, going back to a different point, because like we were talking about Butch, and then we weren't talking about Butch, and then you said you don't have parents, Bithynia. Like, tell me more about that.
Are you also part of the Dead Parents Club, or?
Yeah. So, my mom died while I was born, during childbirth. And then my dad was, he was alive when I was born. He was there, definitely, but he was also within the military. And so, Miletis isn't exactly a military-based town. He was connected to, like, defense and stuff like that. So he wasn't really needed in Miletis, so he wasn't there. And then, unfortunately, he died while away. So, yes, I am part of the Dead Parents Club, but I was too young by then to really understand it. And then that's why my father's brother was the one who took me in, but they're also connected to Defense for Milities, which is not exactly a city for defense, but, they have to have something. So they're there. And so they too were gone and couldn't keep me, so I was in boarding school. So I definitely was connected to family, but not necessarily in a negative way.
I could just insert a quick appendix as the DM. Miletis has a perfectly functional standing army. They're just not, like, famous for having the best warriors in the known world, like Akros is. But
I'm
it
not
doesn't
saying
mean
that
they
they don't.
suck.
I'm just.
Yeah,
I didn't
we're
say,
doing fine work here.
I didn't say that it sucks. I just said that, like, compared when you're like, if Bithynia's sitting here with people from Akros, like, she's not going
Yeah.
to be like, we're
No,
the
fair enough.
best. Like, she's not like in like a
Sure.
kissing contest here. Like, she's just
Fair
like
enough.
comparatively,
No.
like, if we went neck for neck, like, take it, I guess, because like,
What Miletis is known for above all else is its unrivaled navy.
which is why I always wanted to go out on a boat because I never got to, until recently.
Woo, woo.
That's the problem when you have overprotective uncles who have been out and about and around the world, is that they want to protect you at all costs, which means that you don't get to do anything fun. You have to sit with books, which are great and all, but you don't get to be where the adventure is that's in the books.
But now you are. How did your uncles let you start doing this then?
I don't actually think they give a shit anymore. Once I got to 18 and, like, I kind of got into the university, like, I made a name for myself. I was smart. I wasn't necessarily similar to you, actually, Hilera. Like, I appreciate the negotiation part and the democracy kind of aspect of it, but like the pew pew hurt people, yada yada yada. It's not really my bag, and so it's what was the question? Oh, what do they think now? I think that I don't want to say they don't care, but they've always done their own thing anyway. So like whether I was at school in a boarding school or I was at school at the university working, for all they're concerned, I'm making a name for myself, as our family has within the region. So
You get a
just for
sense as well,
different reasons.
Bithynia, thinking back on it, that you kind of outgrew them. Especially once Petty Sophia took an interest in you personally, and you just started racking up academic accomplishments. You kind of just stood on your own two legs in a way that you even sometimes get the sense they may have a degree of envy towards. They have more than once attempted what was easily discernible to you as a suck-up in order to get something.
Yeah, we definitely have. The thing is that they are connected to, and then she's like addressing people. See, my uncles are connected to the council, but they're not on the council. And as a kid, I guess the mother figure for me would be the person who's in control of Melodies, the HBIC. The person who presides over them that they have to go to for permission is the one who favors me and took me in like a daughter. I wouldn't be where I was without her. But because of that, I could see where there's like a bit of envy with them because they have to ask for things and have voting and all that stuff, whereas things were handed to me. I made my own way, but what did you roll though? That's the real question. What was it?
Knowing
8
Tamara.
on a D8.
Okay, that's better. I thought it was one of your signature nat ones.
No. Oh no, I dropped it.
Yeah, so I could see that. I don't think that they necessarily have an issue with me, but the thing is that they are connected to defense, and intelligence can be both offense and defense. And how do you win a game?
Scotty volunteers by not playing?
That.
Sorry, I read that in
Well-
a book of Proverbs once, and I thought that was the right answer in this situation. I thought it was a trick question. Ignore me.
Well,
Who said
I've heard
that?
the best defense is a good offense. And here we are.
The unofficial motto of Akros.
Scotty, are your parents alive?
They're alive, yes. I mean, like a few of you, I haven't been home in a while. Well, you've all met satyrs before. They're fun and jovial, and I like to think I am as well, but my sense of fun is a bit different, and they don't like the association. There's already a lot of superstition around what goes on in the Scholar Vale, in the dark recess of the woods, and I'm, inaccurately, I'm no monster or anything like that, but I am bad PR.
Because of your blood sorcery or something
Certainly
else?
a big part of it as well. I mean, our kind have a reputation for revelry and mayhem. I don't think it's any great secret that that is the case. And you've all heard the stories, superstitions and the like. Things like the cult of Horn, that old myth about outsiders being invited to crown heir to the cult of Horns as part of unsatiated pleasure, and being crowned in a circlet of horns and being taken out into the forest to participate in sacrilegious rituals. I don't know what I pressed. So I'm gonna switch. Sorry, I think I pressed a button accidentally. Windy. Continuing. So Because I flirt with a couple of those lines, even though I don't actually cross them, they don't want the bad attention. You know, it's happened more than once that pious fools have sought to bring order to the Vale, and we just want to... My kind just want to spread mirth and joy. So, they would prefer not to associate with the likes of me, lest they invite more scrutiny.
Is this like, okay, so and Vikinia is just going to put her hand on her head, like, okay, another one. Okay, so where is Vale that we're speaking of, or where are you from again?
He's speaking of the Scholar Vale, which is if you guys look on the map on Legend Keeper, if you wanted to have a reference of it, you can welcome to there. It is easily visible there. It is located east of Tethmos, which is Amalia's home city, nestled in a valley just below the mountain known as Phoenix Stairs. It is it's basically located above the Linda's Horn, which is that landmass further south that I actually need to populate at some point, because there is shit there now.
Okay, so Scotty. Okay, so Scholar Vale. Is your family royalty, dead, or like into stuff other than blood? Like, what's your family situation?
The third one.
Or do we need to kill your dad?
We have the ability to do that too, but I think
Yeah.
we should be more democratic about it, because there's like a lot of shit that I don't really want to get involved with, and ice caves and stuff. And
I'd rather you not kill him. He's a lovely chap. No, no, they're just... They're not really into the whole blood magic thing, to use your words, Bithynia. No, they're fine. They're just... My mother sings, and my father is a practitioner of natural magic. A druid, if you will. And...
that's exciting.
Oh, it's pretty cool. He would sometimes turn into a badger and cuddle me when I was small. Because I was a warm and fluffy.
Badger cuddles.
Oh, badgers are
This
quite
explains
cuddly.
a lot.
I can neither confirm nor deny it. But no, you know, there's... The druidic circles of the Scholar Vale are generally just centered around looking after the natural aspects in basic ways, and most of us are so carefree because the Vale provides everything for us. The magic will make sure that the trees remain full of fruits, the roots are abundant in nutrients, the water is always fresh, and the game always fat and lazy, so we tend to just frolic and amuse ourselves in any which way we can in terms of entertainment, celebration, music, pursuing interests, and of course, the slightly more carnal revelry.
Putting the carnal into carnival.
Oh, definitely.
So,
Have any of you ever attended a Scholar Vale orgy?
no, but
Just fields
No.
full of people fucking. It's quite a remarkable sight.
so that's where the field of fucks went.
That
Yes.
His name is
sounds
Darren.
awesome.
So, you know, I had extended this offer to them, and they declined it for now, I guess. But would you want your family to be invited to the festival that we're having soon?
You could certainly try. I'm not sure how you get the message to them. We don't have cities or villages even, any kind of post office, or if you have a means of getting a message out to them, I'd be happy to give you the details and you can see what happens, but
Of course.
I
how
There's
long
no-
does it take to get there from here?
DM's gonna do some quick math.
I'm just saying, like, If an invite can make it. I mean, if
It's
a
a
bird
few
can be
hundred
sent or
miles,
something.
so
100 miles? So that's like
a few hundred
3
miles.
days.
So it would probably take about as long as it took to get to Amalia's city of Tethmos, at least.
So you're talking like a week. A week by travel.
10 days if you are on the safe side.
Oh, I don't know if we can get them to the festival by then.
Well, if you got the word to them, they could. The festival is a fortnight away, I believe.
Just trying to get everyone with the family. I don't know. Like, it seems like you
Was-
have the least problematic one out of everyone here.
Yes, no, I'm saying this festival is a fortnight away. If you got the message to them in relatively short order, I don't know how, but they might be able to make the trip.
Okay, well, we can we can certainly try. So it could be tight, but yeah, we can definitely go back to that. Well,
Well, you have connections. Could you hook him up with a Pegasus chariot? That would shorten the time.
yeah, I do. I could. Yeah, if you want. I mean, is there anybody else that you would want to go? I don't know, formally. I don't want to invite people you don't want to see there. But I also don't want to exclude anyone either. This isn't going to be an open invite to the Vale, but...
Well, Theodore is absolutely shite at playing the Shorm, and he believes he is the god's gift to the world in terms of Shorm playing, so if you'd like to just skip him entirely, you can save your ears the mutilation. But other than that, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Just
All
put
right, so I will see about getting a message.
Just put Theodore not invited.
Okay. Okay. And if they have a problem with that, they can speak with Bacchios.
This entire sequence has made me want to come up with the fixer feat for Bithynia. I can get you anything. I can get you cause, I can get you...
If y'all are gonna invite me to family therapy, like, we're gonna...
Oh yeah, no,
gonna
don't
invent some stuff.
make no mistake, I'm loving every second of this.
We can't kill someone's father. We've already done that, so we may as well go into reunite and something else.
Bithynia, I think you'll find that we can kill someone's father. We just shouldn't.
Well, I feel like that quota's already been filled by 2 of our members, either by us doing it or coming to the group already with it established, so...
Yeah, fair enough.
Dark. But if you want, I could also send your parents, my parents, other people a message, and maybe also invite them if you want to reconnect with your parents outside of Akros and just see. Or maybe, I don't know if you have any siblings, that would maybe be nice.
But Lady Hilira, I really appreciate the offer, right? But I think it's time for me to just accept that my time in that cross is over, unless Clothis deems it otherwise. She is kind of in charge now. It's actually kind of liberating, right, to give yourself over to a higher power.
You should really make a sticker.
But thank you, my
Question
lady.
though. Bacchus.
You call me milady one more time, I will.
You're gonna have PvE in our party, I love it. Okay, I'm putting money
I
in
will
the
end
try.
you.
You can fucking try.
Yeah, no, my money's on the cleric in that fight.
Watch out,
You
she
know.
has traps.
She has banishment. It's fucked me over many a time.
So, question
Inflict
though.
wounds.
Oh god.
So Bacchus. Bacchus,
Yeah.
so with a new home, I don't understand this acro stuff. Sorry, my apologies. But I mean, do you want something similar position-wise in Melodies? Like if I put in a word for you, I mean...
No. Are you fucking joking?
I mean...
No. I would prefer banishment from Akros than high station amenities any day.
It sounds like you've. I didn't offer you. I didn't offer you position. I said that I could talk to people who know other people. I don't know the other cities, but clearly there's got to be a position where.
Griffinia, anything that I get, I want to earn with my own bare hands. Okay, that's the Akron way.
But you're not in Akros, are you? Because you got banished.
But I am an Akron. I am an Akron, and I will always be one.
Okay, alright. What are we going for?
Genuinely angry at this point. I'm so angry.
Just the savagery.
Oh my god. Wow.
I will end you, Griffinia.
I thought I was the only one who could summon a Falkara here, and here you are. Going full rage.
So angry.
Well, fine, fair enough. If you.
Amalia says,
Or
why
whatever
don't we
you want."
sleep on it and talk about it in the morning?
Yeah, we have been expositioning for the last hour and 20 minutes.
Don't get me wrong, I love it. I just,
DM has had to do nothing. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Amalia's like, we can talk about it more tomorrow. I just thought 'cause it's late, we're tired and we're emotional.
Emotional damage. Sorry.
I'm just gonna look over at
Emotional
Bacchus and be like,
damage.
"Summon
No
us, yes."
damage.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
you know, when we're nice and refreshed, we can talk about it more and, you know, come to a conclusion.
So we're going to be heading back in the morning. Tiny headed up, and then we'll head back in the morning.
That's right.
Okay, okay.
Sounds good.
And Amalia
Come on,
will,
Clement.
full on kitty cuddle, like, smother, Ubotch.
Oh,
I will go into the cuddle pile as well.
I've never been more on edge trying to go to sleep in my entire life.
Bithynia, a gigantic feline hand grabs you and pulls you into the cuddle pile as well, unless you try to resist.
My inner monologue, my inner monologue is Bokios with the 3 party members that are cuddling me is don't get an erection, don't get an erection, don't get an erection.
I'll just cuddle. I will get couplet and snuggle on the other side,
I'm imagining
and
cuddle.
hope that Bacchus doesn't murder me in my sleep.
I just imagine.
Well, I won't be able to move. I'm literally frozen. I'm planking in between 2. in between a small human and a fuck off Leonin.
Just like this cuddle pile, and then on the either side of it is both Bacchus and Bithynia, who both are like.
I imagine it's like this. Hold on.
Oh.
Is this that gif of the guy who's being held like Princess Carrie by the dude in the hot tub?
Yeah. Oh my god, that was hilarious. But yeah,
This
that's
is what
how
I
I'm
imagine
spending
right
my
here.
night.
Well, will it?
This is what I imagine.
Oh god.
Oh my
what's she
god,
put-
yes.
Oh my god, that's actually what it is.
Hold on a second. I gotta put it on the players board
That-
so the audience
That
can
needs
see.
to. That is literally me and Bithynia right now.
Okay, so visuals. So yeah, now the audience can see it as well.
Oh, I'm so angry.
All right. All right. So, you guys go to sleep. You all go ahead and mark off a long rest as you all descend into blissful sleep. Xanthia. Oh, that is not the right thing.
oh god.
That sounded really ominous.
Yep. I'm scared.
Nope. 2 seconds. God damn it, I had one. Okay, that'll work.
Now I'm even more scared.
Xanthia. Wait, no. No, fine, fuck it. As sleep takes you, you can't help but feel like you're floating.
Mm-hmm.
And as you float for a second, you all of a sudden realize you're in water. But it's pitch black.
I see nothing, I suppose.
Nothing. What do you do?
Do I hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Oh god, don't fail me now. Wow, that's a solid 10.
Nope. You don't hear anything.
Cool. I will reach out with my divine sense.
Okay. Nothing.
Cool. Okay, so I'm floating in water. I don't see anything. I don't hear anything.
Correct.
Do I have any sense of like where's upwards, downwards? Really?
Make a separate perception check.
That's a nat 1. Yeah. This dice will go to jail once
You
again.
have no idea.
Okay, in that case, I think Xanthia will close her eyes and begin a silent prayer to Thassa.
Okay.
And she'll basically just ask, I need your guidance.
Make a charisma check.
Charisma, okay. 12.
You open your eyes after silence for a good minute. And all of a sudden, you're basically greeted with a face an inch from your own that wasn't there before. It's your mother's.
I start screaming.
You see, and immediately you take a step back and scream. Her eyes are lifeless. She's reaching out in the last scream she screamed before her death. Her body caked, or half of it missing, blasted apart. The other half caked in that weird crystal. And you turn wildly, and all of a sudden you see your father's face contorted in the same pose. You scramble away, and you bump into something with your back. And you turn around, and your siblings, who held each other, the echoes of their last hug remains in what little of their bodies is left, not reduced to ash. And you start to notice that less and less of the darkness is present. As you turn around, more and more detail reveals, and you're back in the village again once more. And you see this once, it's like it's happening all over again. The houses devastated. The carnage, the death. And naught but those bizarre crystal outcrops as a trace of what transpired. You wake up. It's morning.
I wake up with a scream and just kind of blindly jump up and start running out of the hut and just... I don't look where I'm going, I'm just running for a moment.
Okay, you wake up with a scream?
Yep.
Cool, this wakes everybody up.
Oh, not
Actually,
again.
Bosch, make a quick constitution check.
Me? Okay. Bear with. Let me just double check my stat there. Is this a check or a saving throw?
Check.
Okay. Solid 15.
Yeah, you wake up as well. It's just double.
Yeah.
If you'd rolled on that
Oh.
one, I would be like yourself. But no, you wake up.
Fair enough. Ugh.
Well, you guys heard a scream, and what are you guys doing, the rest of you?
I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna sit up with Couplet. Like, Dampia?
Part of
Are you?
me immediately just... Who's on my right-hand side? Who's lying on my right-hand side? Is that Amalia or is that Hilira?
I'm gonna say Amalia.
Okay, I'm going to try and haul her bulk off of me to reach for my axe as a reflex.
Make a strength check. Athletics check. Actually, no, straight strength, because you're in a sleeping angle at this point in time.
Strength check, so that'll be 22.
It's like this large kitty gets thrown. You got your axe.
And I'm sort of like, one arm, sort of holding myself up, one arm, axe raised, looking around like... And I look see Xanthia and I go, oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh, has she already fucked off?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Following.
I immediately just go, oh, for fuck's sake, and I just drag my axe as I follow everyone else.
Very well.
I'm
Helena,
gonna
you're...
ask. Can I ask Xanthia? Is Xanthia still in there?
No, she's bolted.
She's gone.
I ran away.
Helena, you're much faster than Xanthia, I believe, right?
I'm staying behind her
Okay.
on purpose. 5 feet in between in case she doesn't need me. I'm far
Okay.
enough away. If she does need me, I'm close enough.
Botch, you full on legging it, or are you...
Lightly jogging because I'm just woken up and everyone else seems to be doing it, so fuck it.
Okay, Bithynia, how about you?
I don't like to sweat, so I'm gonna like take down the tiny hut and
Title of the episode.
I'm like, you all are
I
into
don't like to
calisthenics or like running in the morning.
I like
like,
to sweat. Oh, God, that's the
So-
best thing you've ever said.
I've got soft hands, okay? So I'm just gonna get Plummet up and we're just gonna let that take care of itself and we'll go in that direction. But we're not in a rush.
Okay. Ooh, the dome drops as you leave it. But, okay, everyone's trailing behind Xanthia, giving her space, I presume. Okay. Xanthia, how long do you run for? Which direction do you run?
Maybe like... I'm not looking where I'm running, I'm just...
Okay, assuming
Like, if
you're
I get to,
avoiding
like,
the
the cliff.
cliff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running alongside it towards the city, we'll say.
And like after a minute or so, I just stop and kind of drop to my knees and hide my face in my hands, very visibly shaking.
I will get closer and go, Xanthia. Not touching her at all. You need anything? Are you okay?
You don't get a response.
Xanthia, I will go down on my knees as well.
It was just a dream. It was a dream.
Okay. Did you have a bad dream?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did I wake you? I didn't mean to.
It's all right. It's all right. You know, now we've both woken up screaming. Are you hurt?
No, I don't think I am. It's just,
Okay. Can I touch you?
sure.
I will grab her hands. Just holding her a little bit as she's shaking. Just like. Okay. Just keep breathing, okay? And when you're ready, we'll get up, okay?
Yeah, just give me a sec.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it?
Maybe later.
Okay.
Right now, I'm. It was real bad. It was like I saw my family die.
You were there when they died?
Only in the dream. I was too late. I only heard about it after it was all gone. After everything turned into these weird crystals, and now in the dream I could see them die. I could see the crystals engulf them. It was. I couldn't save them.
I know. I'm sorry, and I'll just give her a hug.
Thank you. I didn't have a nightmare like this in quite a while. Just took me by surprise, that's all.
20 minutes just talking exposition. Great.
But I think I'm okay now. Thank you.
Yeah, are you ready to get up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll help you get up. I assume Butch is there as well,
Yeah,
even though Ali isn't there.
he helps you get up as
So-
well.
And I'm coming up
Maybe.
at the end.
Oh, cool. Are Scotty and Amalia there coming as well?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So, maybe a little bit of a stupid idea. You want to race?
Would you like to race me as well?
Take your mind off of it, do a race?
Hmm.
I won't
Sure.
cheat, I swear.
You recall, Xanthia, you saw this girl run a mile in 15 minutes the other day.
I mean, only if you agree to swim race at some point.
What? Swim race? Yeah! Okay.
I think she's still faster than you in the water, just because her sheer amount of movement speed.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. You see that rock over there?
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna run until the rock, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Amalia, Scotty, you wanna count us down?
Very well. Molly's like 3, 2, 1.
I will hold
and then
Xanthia's
she.
hand and I will cast haste on her before we go off.
Hey.
Okay.
So you are now hasted.
How fast?
So it's
How
double
fast
your speed.
Oh, wow. Okay, that would be movement speed of 60 feet.
You also have an extra action that you can choose to use to dash if you want. So you can dash, attack,
yeah.
or a bunch of other things with it.
Sure, I'll dash.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
we're just going.
so that's 60 feet dashing. So you can move 120 feet every turn.
Mm-hmm.
Hilira, how much can you do every turn? If you dash on your bonus action as well as your action, which you can do.
Wait, so movement 60, action 60, bonus action 60?
Yeah, because you can dash as
Okay,
a bonus
so-
action, and it does not mean you can't dash as your action as well.
You can run 180 feet.
I'll hold back a little bit.
Well, you can both run 180 at the moment.
Yes! Okay, then I'm not holding
Cool.
back.
Okay, how are we gonna settle this?
Both of you make athletics checks. It's going to be one athletics check.
Athletics. I'm not too bad at that.
Oh, I am.
I keep rolling 8. That's a 12 total.
21.
Oh no, I'm so bad at athletics.
I just rolled really well.
So, Xanthia, you're not used to moving this fast. This is like, I don't know if you've ever, forgotten to change the chain on your bicycle for a long time and you finally do it. You're like, holy shit, this is what I was battling this whole time. There's too much control, too much movement. All of a sudden, you stumble a few times and you're unaccustomed to this level of velocity. So that's what holds you back just enough to allow Hilira to beat you by like 1 second.
That was great. And you just ran like that all of the time?
Yeah.
Wow. Rona's really cool god.
It really is, doesn't
I think we have a convert. You hear, Hilira.
It's my goal. That's been my goal all along. Fuck the traveler.
Oh, wow.
Love you. Artagan. And Herbie. Spoiler. Sorry. Anyway, so you're feeling better now?
Yeah, that really helped. Thank you. You're a very, very good friend.
Anything you need. Anytime.
Thank you.
So are we gonna like wait for the rest or they're pretty slow?
Scotty, who joined in earnest about 30 minutes later.
Still tired from the
You should
climbing.
you should actually put your hands up. It expands the lungs, gives you more space to breathe. Yeah. You're doing great, sweetie.
The wind in my lungs feels like knives. Anybody
he's
have
gonna
some
come up.
fucking water?
Sure. And I hand him my
He
water skin.
drains it and then gives it back.
Glad that helped.
Okay. Shall we go back to the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just waiting for you, slowpokes.
As Bithynia comes up, she's like, "Are you all done racing?"
You should really try it sometimes.
Absolutely not. Who won? And she'll look over at Scotty. Between you two. I'm guessing.
Scotty's just like, respect, but
And then Bithynia will go like this. Thank you.
he gives you a acknowledgement of respect.
I'll save it for later. So, who
Yeah.
won?
Don't.
Hilera beat me.
Really? I'm
How?
not sure. We were running so fast. I don't think there's a clear winner.
Ties are a thing. Ties are a thing. And
Say so.
nobody used displacement because that's what I would have done. Just
Oh,
go
I
from
could
one
have
spot
done
to the other.
that!
It's like
Yeah, that's
outsourcing in
fine.
a race, right?
You said you wouldn't cheat,
I
though.
It is
didn't
exactly like
cheat.
outsourcing in a race.
Helped
I
you
mean,
cheat.
it's not cheating. I mean, if you have a gift given to you by a god or other means, you may as well use what it is, whether that's speed with your feet and legs or spells. Who am I to judge?
She has a point there.
But as noted, as the only person here with a mount, I clearly am not into athleticism, fighting, or anything like that because I will not be ideal. But everyone's here now. Are we good to go back to the city?
Yeah, so
Going back to Melodies?
Yeah.
I will say that
Okay.
the trip back to the city is relatively straightforward, no muss, no fuss. By lunchtime, you guys are back. And you return once more easy enough to the main gates. And the city is yours. What would you guys like to do?
Lunch?
Lunch. Is there
Very
a
well.
tavern?
You guys, I presume,
Did we
just go
already
to...
buy our house?
You haven't decided
No.
yet.
Oh.
We can talk about it over lunch, though. It seems like
Okay.
there's more than one option available.
You guys going to your usual watering hole, or gonna experiment?
I don't... We can go to the usual.
Cool.
Yeah.
The scene cuts to the female centaur barkeep bringing a usual spread of souvlakia and locumadas and other various olives and delicacies, and she just plants that in front of you guys who already sat at your usual booth, full on How I Met Your Mother style. Or like your friend's couch, for lack of a better, your booth. You basically got your own booth at this point, and you guys are sat eating. Scotty's like in the middle of wolfing down a sausage. So did you say crystals, Xanthia?
Yeah.
Quick update,
What are
Buck.
the
We're back in the
crystals?
city having lunch, talking about houses.
Thank you very much.
Do you know anything about strange crystals appearing?
Appearing where?
Well, my entire hometown, basically. I personally haven't heard of it happening anywhere else, but I also haven't looked in great detail, I have to admit.
So you said it was destroyed. It sounded like it was repurposed. You said it's now crystallized? It's all crystal? I'm confused.
It's... Well, most of it was more or less erased from existence, and basically all that I found were sandy patches, crystals, crystallized sand, rubble, but not really like any of the houses still stood there crystallized.
And you said this was near the shore where you're from?
Yeah, a very small fishing village.
That's curious. I'm curious, and so like she doesn't necessarily know. She's just thinking off the top of her head. So if it's near the shore and there's sand, and it was, I don't comprehend. I can't without seeing it firsthand or having some image of it from what you're describing. I'm curious if that would be something like lightning or high heat that went through there, because that can sometimes, when like lightning and sand combines with a silica or whatever it is, glass can form in like crystals. So maybe it's not crystals, or maybe it is, but I'm wondering if that's something that happened, like a lightning storm or something. Or elementals, maybe. Or are you thinking that like there's like a crystal like demon thing that just left like chunks of it? Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking outside of the box here.
Scotty's like, is there a crystal person at the academy, Bithynia?
If there is, I could definitely check in with them. I mean, we might. I mean, how long ago was that, Xanthia? I don't know how old you are. Sorry, I don't. How long ago was this situation that happened in your town?
That was like 2 years ago. But no, Oh, Hilera, Batch, you remember the temple that we met at?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah.
And that statue there, I stayed a little while longer, and at some point it granted me a vision. And what I saw there was something with blue scales and not much besides that, though, but I have feeling like it's related to this incident.
Was it like when you say scales, you mean like another Triton?
I don't think so. It felt bigger, more powerful, I think.
And what was the name of the town again? How far from here is it?
Yikes. So the name was Trikekos, but how far would that be away from Melodies, Mr. DM?
Good. Let me just do a. I'll when I see the spot, I'll remember it. It would have been approximately 20 miles off of the coast of the village known as Faela.
Okay. So, how far would that be? Like 100 miles or so? I'm really bad at estimating.
120, give or take.
Yeah. It's about 100 miles at least from here to the southeast.
So 120 miles. So you're saying that, and it was an island though. So you said it's 20 miles off the coast from the coastal town of Thyla. Do I have that right?
It was an underwater village, just for clarification, in case that wasn't clear.
Okay, so 20 miles underneath, and then eradicated. And then, yeah, I mean, I can definitely. I mean, it was only 2 years ago. I was definitely in the university at that point. So anybody who's working there now was there, at that point. I could definitely check in if you'd like.
If it's not too much trouble to you, sure, yeah.
And what specific questions do you have while I'm going through it or going and reaching out to my colleagues? What information would you want? Like, just like the crystal thing, like what it could possibly be?
Yeah. I don't know. I trust you with this. You're the smart one.
But my
Scotty's
question,
like,
well,
if they have a geology department,
But the question for you, Xanthia, if I got that information, what would you want to do? Like, if you were given a name or a species or race, I mean, what would you do with that if you found out, like, it was this?
I don't know what I would do immediately. But well, before I joined you guys, Thassa spoke to me and she told me that I should seek you out. I don't need to walk my path alone. So, I guess I'll figure it out. But it doesn't feel right to leave you to go after this at the moment. Like, no matter what comes out of this, it won't bring my family back. So, there's no rush.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. I can do that for you, Xanthia.
Thank you.
Scotty's like, okay, we can maybe put that on the list of things for today. I guess, other than that, is there anything pressing on the agenda. Do we still want to go after the pirates?
I think that would be delightful, but can we do it before the festival? Because I don't want to miss the festival.
We will likely have to move quickly, so I guess we need to decide. Our vessel doesn't really have anything in the way of armaments at the moment. Maybe that's okay, maybe we're enough, but we need to decide that, ergo we need to decide what we're doing about a stronghold, I think. There should be a press.
Can we borrow a boat? I mean, would that be too much? I mean,
We
if
have a boat,
Melitese
we just
hasn't-
don't have weapons, and I don't think we could borrow weapons.
God, I mean, we could borrow. But does Melitese have anybody on patrol down there or anything like that? Like, could we network with the existing navy that Melitese already has?
I don't know. I'm not. Ship logistics aren't within my wheelhouse, unfortunately. But I imagine if they put out a bounty, it's, I don't know, either considered beneath the navy or, I mean, it was a guild merchant, right? That was putting out the bounty. Based on my limited dealings with them, they sometimes will prefer mercenaries over the official security because they're less likely to ask insalubrious questions.
What does that mean?
It's possible the victim here isn't 100% innocent either, and
No, what does insalubrious mean?
unsavory.
Oh, like me. Sweet. Got it.
I don't know, this could be pulling out my butt, of course, but I was trying to think as to why they might have put out a bounty rather than seek out the Navy's assistance.
Well, even if they don't help, you said that we need a stronghold. But if the navy is in that area, maybe that will be enough of a contact point if we need to, like, you know,
Well,
use them as a checkpoint.
when I say stronghold, as in we need a house, and stronghold is a catch-all term in Dungeons and Dragons.
I know. But if we have a strong, you can have a stronghold in a, like, maritime-wise, like in a sea or a.
So do we want to go for that, abandoned base? Or that abandoned fort?
I think it's a delightful fixer-upper, personally.
I'm down
And-
for that. It just, we just, as long as we're clear we're making the choice to go in without weapons, I don't think we can afford both.
Wait, are we talking about the housing option or the pirate thing?
So both.
Both.
Scotty is saying that with the finances you have available, if you buy the more expensive house, you likely would not have enough left over for any ship upgrades that might be necessary to engage in naval warfare.
Well, I had already gone to the university once. Can I go back there again to see about building? Or could I go to my uncle's to see if they could have any pool? Like, maybe they have some hand-me-down weapons.
You get the sense that if you went back to Persis at this time, she had told you to return when you had maybe presented enough proof of concept, and she might be that this was a valuable investment for the university. Something to the effect of maybe buy the place and then we'll consider investing in the furnishings, or you know, show me what you can do with your limited resources, then we might, you know, match or top up or something like that. So in the absence of having done something like that, you get the sense that you probably would not have much more success than you did the first time. Regarding your uncles, you can certainly try.
Well, I didn't have much, and so she'll just, like, look at everyone at the table. I didn't have much success with this, and this, I guess, is, like, I guess I'm the one pulling for this because of my love for the sea. But, would you be amendable to going for the more expensive option if I could potentially get a pool with my uncles and getting the defense needed for it. And then potentially, if we're able to fix it up as we go, then the university would, pad the bill for upgrades going forward.
Oh, we can fix it up as we go, certainly. That's not my concern at all. Not concern. My thing I want to raise awareness about is that can we get the ballistas and mangonels we need to refit the Siren's Wrath with in time to go on this bounty in the absence of having the gold to just purchase them immediately? I'm not saying we can't, I just think it's something a question we need to ask. Sorry, go ahead, Healer.
I thought we'd agreed we were gonna do the Griffon thing and not the pirate thing, because otherwise we might be too late to support tennis.
Also, even if we were to buy those ballistas right now, would we even be able to get them installed in time to make it there, fight the pirates, make it back?
I don't think so. So,
well, they just need to be
we could
mounted
avoid
onto
the
the
pirate
ship.
thing.
I imagine they have them rip-roaring and ready to go. This is the city of navies, after all.
Well, financially speaking, you all have wanted a home or an outpost or a place to call yours here for longer than this pirate bounty came up. And with the waterways nearby, there's pirates aplenty. So if it's not this time that we're helping someone, it can be another time. And if we get the weaponry needed now, we can be available for next time.
Well,
right?
we could still go on the pirate bounty. We would just be going without built-in weapons. And like I said, maybe that's not a problem. Bithynia, you've certainly thrown your fair share of devastation, magically speaking. I can bring a lot of hurt, but not really to solid structures, more to living creatures, so I can't damage a ship much myself. Now maybe I don't need to, maybe Hilira and Bithynia combined are more than enough, or maybe we just figure out a way to launch Botch onto the ship. But
I could try giving him a good shove.
my point being is, as long as we're aware we are making that choice before, we go into it, as long as we know exactly what the ramifications of our choices before we make it.
I think that we should ask my uncles, or I should ask my uncles for support, and then if they do, then we are set. But if we're not, I think that it's too risky to go out there. If there's anything I know about the water, it's that everyone knows more about it than I do, and I don't want to go out there. I barely can run. I'm not going to get my hands dirty with that. So I don't know what your thoughts are, but we can also skip it. I'm a loud voice who is in favor of that, but I also have my own place. This is my home. So if you all are here to make a permanent or temporary abode, I want it to be what your first choice is.
Well, I really liked the outpost that was close to the sea.
Mm-hmm. And we can park the boat there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that's surrounded by water, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. Bacchus, what do you think?
Well, you know me, right? I really don't care about a place to stay. I think we should get some big-ass fucking weapons and go and kick some ass.
Well, would you like to go with me and meet my uncles?
You hear
I have to
Megalai's
go.
voice say,
Bad idea. Bad idea.
I would love to.
Well,
you did
I will.
exactly what I was hoping you were going to do.
Well, I don't know what their schedule's like, but I'd be more than happy to beg or panhandle from them.
Scotty's
You don't
also
have
like,
to say anything.
do we have any items we don't need? Maybe Dark Souls will take them off our hands for money.
That is true. But
Watch, are you
I
married
mean,
to that axe now that you've got the war scythe?
Don't even fucking think about touching my axe.
Okay, I am sorry. Jesus. Whoever that is.
Well, when we're done here, I guess, can I go? I might have time to see my uncles. I don't know what their docket is for the week or if they're even in town. They keep a tight schedule, but I would be more than happy to go see if they couldn't help us out or give us a steep discount. It might be secondhand stuff. I don't really understand the naval side of it, or weaponry side of it, but I'd be happy to facilitate.
Let's
a
go.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's negotiate.
I don't know if you can negotiate. I just thought it would be kind. You yourself.
Oh no.
earlier said-
I'm good at being the muscle behind the person that's negotiating. I'll just flex my biceps and pecs every time they think of saying no.
And Amalia's like,
I
I can
think
do
you-
that too. We can be your, like, muscle, Bettinia.
Okay, let's go.
I can also
Yeah.
try to boost your persuasion skills if you want to.
And Scotty's like, so Uncle's then Academy, or...
I think
Could
we should
we-
go sell items. I think we should, because we need to go check out the stuff for the crystals. We need to go sell our junk. And then we need to go get free stuff for my uncles, potentially.
Well, could we potentially split the party? Some people go to your uncle's and some people go to the Decatia. I've been with you to the Decatia a few times, so they might know me.
That is true. That is true.
Xanthia, then
and
maybe
I
you
think
should
it'll
go
work.
with Helira then.
Yeah.
You're gonna want
Sure.
to be there. Bithynia,
Well-
you know you could very easily also write, like, a note that would get them past.
Yeah, and I could also send a message to my colleague that's good friends who
Oh, yeah.
we've done some scrying with
How do you still
before.
find this?
He's not
Yeah.
in geology, but
He's geology adjacent.
Yeah.
It'd be his department, transmutation and all
but
that.
Bakios, have you been to the Katia before?
I mean, yeah, he fled with your dean, didn't he?
Damn right.
Oh yeah, you were there. Oh my god. See, this is what happened when traumatic things happen. I try to put them out of my brain. You were totally there. I was just talking. Oh my god.
No,
Yeah,
that's
maybe it's
totally fair. Bithynia, why don't you and Botch... Yeah, why don't you and Botch, go to Doxos and sell things, and then go to your uncle's. Amalia and I will check in with that realtor to see if the fort is still available and ask him to, I guess, pencil us in. And then, Xanthia, you and Helira can go to the academy and see about that.
Okay, good plan. Huddle up and go.
Splitting
Okay.
the party. What could go wrong?
We're going to start with Bithynia and Botch. So you guys are heading to Doxos' establishment. Easy enough.
Let's go.
You mosey on over there.
I need to get coconuts so that I can make the sound for plummet as I'm walking.
Cool.
Where'd you get the coconuts? You ain't got a horse. You just got a couple of coconuts and you're banging them together. Don't think you can slip a Monty Python Holy Grail reference past me.
What is the maximum air velocity of a swallow?
What kind? An African swallow or a European swallow?
I don't know that.
Ah, masterclass. Oh, I'll never get bored of that movie. Anyway,
Okay, so we're at Doxos. We've
Yeah.
got junk in the trunk.
You see a familiar red-haired half-nymph, like fiery-haired half-nymph, who's he's actually he's not in there at the moment, isn't he? He's not in the main shop area, but you do hear a loud metal clanging coming from the back. And yeah, sure enough, you basically find him in the forge area, and he's full on. And his hammer, he doesn't have his normal smith hammer. He has one whose head is about the size of Bakios' actual head, and it's not like a pang pang. It's and just sparks fly. Like basically, the room is illuminated for a second every time he strikes. And just sweat is pouring down as he's hard at work. What do you do?
Hard working here. Doxos, hello? Hello?
He just holds up a hand, like with a 1, and then keeps going. For about 5 or 6 more strikes, you just hear a low, yes. before he pulls it out, and then just with his bare hands, he grabs this almost white-hot metallic shape, about the size of Bacchus' axe, and he just dips it into water so cold you can see mist coming off of it, and just an awful sound before he turns it around and he pulls out. You recognize it because it's made of the same, like, it looks visibly made out of the Magnetar that you guys killed. He's basically taken the jaw and like the snout and hammered it into this sort of shorter shape and stuck it on a tibia of this creature with a one of the spikes as the spine at the end and made a mole. I'll see if I can pull up a visual.
That's awesome.
Just think for a moment. Yeah, that'll do. 2 seconds, guys. I do apologize. Where's board? Select. Ah, shit, wait a second. Is that a PNG instead of a JPEG? Oh, this is the worst. Oh, no, I did a bad thing. Okay, screw it, doing this the old-fashioned way. Okay, so switching the visuals now as well, so that's basically what you guys see if you go to the players board. Sorry that took so long. Oh, there we go. You guys see that? Yeah, seen that?
Nice. That looks sick.
Cool, so yeah, switching away from that. And, you know, just, yep. Cool, and he says, I really owe you guys one. When it's finished, it's gonna be incredible. And he just lays it down, wipes the sweat off his brow. So, what can I do for you?
Well, Bacchus, do you have the items from the party?
Yep, and I just open up my bag of holding, which is basically empty apart from the couple of things that I do have which are on my belt, and just bomp it all on the table.
And what were the things?
We were hoping.
I thought you knew, Bithynia. I was just handed shit.
I don't keep track of it. I never keep things.
I didn't keep track of it either. What were we given to sell to this guy?
I don't know.
None of them. Because my axe was definitely not among that list. That's all I know.
Where is Scotty when we need him? He keeps track of things, even things we don't want him to.
Not wrong.
Oh, here we. Oh my
of-
god! The timing of that.
That is incredible. That's outstanding.
And then a wild satyr appears in the pawn shop.
So Scotty will remain in earshot. Oh, words?
Unfortunately, I won't be able to words, I'm afraid, but I just thought I'd say hello, I'm good again, happy to hear what nonsense we've got into so far.
So, they're trying to raise capital in order to be able to afford both the fort, as opposed to the guild house, and the weapons that the Siren's Wrath would need to be navally competitive. Scotty, i.e. the Dungeon Master, suggested selling items that were no longer required, which people are having a hard time deciding what to trade, so yeah, that's where we are.
Okay, everyone look at your inventories right now, and we'll have said that anything that you have in your inventory that you just want to sell, just sell it, and we'll sell it.
I don't have a lot of stuff, but I would have given you the hedonic motivator that I just got in case
No!
we need to sell it again. It's the whip I got that gives you extra HP.
Yeah, he says, I was missing this actually. He flashes you a smile. I'll tell you what. Because you bought it within a 14-day period, I'll say you can return it for a full refund.
I'll also say, oh my god, full refund, fucking A, and I'll pull out my Cobalt Scythe, which is the reason that I lost the bet with fucking Bithynia, because I couldn't use my axe, and I plonk that on the table and say, look, I tried it, it's not for me, I'm gonna go with my old faithful, and I'll give out my Cobalt Scythe.
Yeah? He examines every inch of it.
Yeah.
No cosmetic damage. Good.
Nice.
Very
yeah,
well.
It was rarely used. And then pull out my axe and it's just chipped and frayed and battle scarred and it looks amazing. But yeah, I will give up my Cobalt Scythe.
I'm sad you didn't like it.
Not my style.
Anything I could do to improve it?
If
If you say make it into an axe, I will set you on fire.
I close my mouth.
Very well. You paid 9,000 for it, or 8,500?
I think it was somewhere in the region of 8,500, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so go ahead and return that to your... Yeah, if you decide...
Someone else paid for it. Bokios has not seen that kind of wealth in a decade.
Somebody make a note of an extra 8,500 gold that you spent on...
Just put it in your... Okay. And I get the 900 back?
Yeah, you can get the 900 back. Sorry, what was that, Bithynia?
It was 900 gold.
Yeah, mine was 900 gold. I'm putting that back in my inventory.
Okay.
No, you can redistribute it at will later, but yeah, just for the purposes of simplicity, we'll do respective inventories for the moment. So, out of character, Ali, if you just make a note of the 8,500, and then we can...
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, that's fine.
Redistribute Hasbro if need be.
Cool.
She'll look over at Bakos. Do you think I should get rid of the Seafarer's cloak? I mean, we might go out with pirates again.
What does it do again? What does that allow you?
Well, it's quite helpful in the ocean, but I get the swimming speed that's equal to my walking speed, which, if you didn't know, is kind of slow. And while I am on boats, I get the proficiency with water vehicles and navigation tools, which I'm guessing if we're going back out to sea, it would be really handy. So it would be like selling it, but then being down. So I also have a helm, but I really like that because I can store a spell in it.
Oh no, that's been fucking kick-ass. You're keeping that. Question: how much is your Seafarer's cloak worth?
I don't know. Honestly, I forgot how I got it. Was it from the university? Maybe I can't.
It was no. It was given to you by Scotty, who I believe was holding on to it. Because with your natural intelligence, the additional the granted proficiency of navigational tools made you a perfect candidate for captain. Basically, you guys, well, navigator who doing the navigation, but also serving as captain in terms of ship role. It's basically what allowed you guys to have a full crew amongst yourselves. So you do recall, Bithynia, that it's very necessary to allow you to serve as captain because it allows you to use navigator's tools. That was the big thing. But also drive water.
You know, I feel bad. I genuinely would feel bad selling something that was gifted to me, especially if we go back out. But I do have the Staff of the Mirage, which is a very nice item as well. But really, it's for disguise self, hallucinatory terrain, invisibility, mirror image, mislead, and silent image. But like, I mean, I don't know if that's really something. I mean, I have so much other pew-pew opportunities. Like, do I really need the Staff of Mirage?
Daxa says, I'll take it back off your hands for 2,500.
The cloak was given us to... So what do you think? I mean...
Listen, how often are you actually on a boat?
Well... I'd be out there more often if I could, but I mean, the thing is that it's one thing to be smart. It's another thing to be smart at whatever you're doing. So I'm not necessarily that great when it comes to fighting stuff or like navigation. So, like, I live in an office basically. Like, I don't get my hands dirty. So anything that can help me on the water is fantastic.
Let's see what it's worth before we give it up, right? What would our man here give us for it? And then we'll make a decision based on that.
Okay, because the staff is 2,500 gold pieces, and quite honestly, I'm with you.
Daxos casts Identify on it. It's 300.
Dude, keep it.
300
That's
gold.
way.
I would sell something like this for about 600. And so, yeah, I would buy it off you so I can make a decent profit at 300.
Well, how frequently and how much would you sell the cloak for?
Oh, he said the cloak. So that the cloak was, he said he'd sell the cloak for 600, so he's offering you 300 for it. Using the...
sorry, my apologies. You said you would buy the staff for 2,500. How much would you sell it for?
Oh, 5,000. That's what I sold it to you for.
Oh, this
Half the
buyback?
cost.
Oh my god, this buyback process is rough. Well, I do want to help. So now we have 8,500 plus that 900 that went to her. So staff or no staff? I guess I can sell it. It's 2,500. It'll go for that, and it'll be one less thing.
Daxos asks, have you used it much?
No. I think I made a hill or something. Oh, I made clouds once. We were in the sky, and I made some like cloud, like a thunderstorm or something. It was a big debate.
Fair play. He basically...
So I think that I did that once, but really, I haven't really used it much. I mean, and I think the thing that I like about it is great. I think that if I was out and about on my own, I would find a lot of use for it. But I think that, you know, the green flame blade is probably the cooler part of it, if anything.
Tell you what. I'll throw in a quarterstaff, a basic non-magical one, for free, if using the green flame blade cantrip is your priority.
Okay. Wait, what? Say that once more?
He said he'll throw in a non-magical quarterstaff for free.
Okay. So I'm gonna sell it. I'll part with it. So I'll
Alright.
still end up with the staff and the green flame blade
Cool.
opportunity.
If you can remove the staff of the Mirage, if you just search for quarterstaff, it should show up,
Okay.
and add 25 gold, 100 to your inventory. 25 gold, 100, 2,500 gold.
First time I've had money this entire 9 months.
Right. You're looking to buy anything with your newfound riches, or are you saving for something in
Yes. 100% we are, but I don't believe that you can be assistance with it. So
Try
if
me.
we do need something, we will be back.
particular? Try me.
A house on the water.
Oh, right. No. I can build it up, though.
Well, we might have to keep that in mind. We have some
As
of
a
our friends that are
demonstration, he
going.
basically just puts his hand to the ground at your feet, Bacchus, and he casts stone shape, and he basically forms a stone throne out of the marble, out of the stone tiled floor that just envelops you, and you accidentally sit down because it pushes at the back of your knees, so you kind of your knees give out, and then you just sit.
Well, that's fancy.
That's awesome.
Well, the thing is that we do have a fixer-upper, so we might come back for that, but we need money first, and we have to speak with a few people in terms of what they can do for us before we know what we need to spend our money on. So, while we appreciate the money that we've generated so far, I don't know if we have anything else. We have a couple other friends that might be coming.
You
your
guys
way.
are friends, so I'd be willing to lend my reshaping magic for a very reasonable cost.
Well, Oculus, what do you think?
Well, that was fucking awesome, but I'm not the most magically inclined, so let's well, it depends on what you want to do, because I cannot use magic for shit.
Well, I'm 50-50.
If you say it's a
But-
fixer-upper, it would be a lot faster if I Fantasia some of that shit.
I 100% agree with you, but as the Milities way, we have to have a group vote on it, and I will have to get back with my friends before getting back with you. I hope
Understandable.
you understand.
Of course.
Are we good, Bacchus?
I'm good. Let's go. I mean, I've got nothing else to sell, so.
He does say to you, Botch, for future reference as well, I do commission if you had something special in mind.
I'll be back. But when it's just private, one-on-one, something special. Don't worry about it, Bithynia. Don't worry about it.
No, just for future reference. I'm not saying blow all your funds today on that.
The less I'm more... sometimes knowledge is power, but in this circumstance, I believe the less I know, the better.
You are wise as ever, Bithynia. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so I guess we'll exit stage left.
Very well.
Correct.
And you easy enough also make your way to the offices that you know your uncles to work at. So your uncles in particular work for a individual named Oribasius, who you saw at the council meeting that involved Tannis. Oribasius is known as Master of Administration. Your uncles in particular serve under him in the sort of military capacity of that. So, administration in particular is basically like bureaucracy king in terms of, and what your uncles do specific to the military is, so the actual war aspect of it is handled by Molpadia, who you guys have met and know, and she is Master of War. She marches the troops into battle, undertakes, tactics and maneuvering, and handles the logistics of winning battles and winning wars. The people who are in charge of making sure everybody is fed, the camps are free of disease, regulations are in place to ensure that latrine pits are dug a certain distance away from food stores and stuff like that. An aspect of warfare that is often overlooked but is critically important, the administration of war, that sort of thing, is what your uncles are charged with in particular. And you go into their building at the Boleterion, which is the same place that the council chamber is located in, a few echelons up. And you easy enough are let in, you're regarded, both of you and Xanthia are regarded individuals, so it's not too hard to be let by and you knock on the door.
So, for clarification, who's going up to the door with my uncle, to my uncle's office / this office?
So you're there, I assume Botch is joining you.
I'm right behind you, yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And then is Xanthia and Hilary at the university during this time?
They're at the university during this time. I'm going to jump to them next.
Okay. Okay. So we're walking up, and I'm guessing they're sitting in the office?
Correct. So you basically knocked at their office door.
I don't know. I don't know if you know about this kind of situation, but they're always busy. War stuff, even if there's not war. Knocking on the door?
And your father's brother is standing there, first and foremost. Bithynia.
Mm-hmm. Hi, hello. Hi, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. What do I owe this pleasure?
I just got back in town after an interesting trip. Did I tell you that I started getting out and about? I was approached by some people. Did I tell you that a few months ago? I started getting out and about.
You mentioned it somewhat. You could stand to visit more. Epistor, what his name is, your father's brother, and his partner Cadmos is also in the building. Is behind him. But they let you in, and Epistor returns to behind his desk. But word's gotten back to me. Yeah. I guess I should be thanking you, the savior of the city. I heard about that business with the cursed liquor.
It was quite curious. I'm not much into drinking myself, but the adventures that I've seemed to have gotten myself into probably pale in comparison to the things that you've done for the city.
You're cute. So, I assume this isn't just a social call?
Yeah, the individuals that I owe the thanks to who have continued to help in more than one way for the city of Melteeth are
Tempest,
looking to...
Tempest, right? That's what you guys call yourselves?
Yeah, Tempest, yeah. I didn't come up with the name, it was a name that preceded me, but yes.
It is rather childish.
You should meet the people who are with me.
He just looks at Botch.
Hello.
A warrior of Akros. Welcome to the city.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah, I'm a super, pretty high-ranking member of the Acronian elite, so, just saying.
I
Not childish.
presume this is laundry day for you then.
Listen, you guys in Melteeth, right? You can be all hoity-toity with washing every other day, but in Krakros, we are men. We wash whenever we need to. We wash on the day of our wedding, we wash on the day of our parents' funeral, and that's it.
And then she'll look over at Bakios and say, and yet you've bathed yourself every day you've been in Melteeth.
Have I? Out of character, have I?
I mean, every time we've come into town after an adventure, you have gone to the bathhouse with us.
So twice. the rest of the time he's been out in the wilderness.
Exactly.
So every time you've been in Melodies, you've bathed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well-
I don't think there was a funeral at those points.
Yeah, the death of my dignity.
Okay,
You know, it's funny
well,
you
at least we're
mentioned
on the same
bathing and
page.
hygiene, because I heard a funny story once about the Black Legion.
A Black Legion?
The Black Legion.
What is that?
Bakyos, you've heard of them. They were basically a break-off band of the Akroan army that aimed to basically set up their own city-state and tried to conquer lands in the Lindishorns, particularly around one of the more ancient cities of Delathon.
Would that be something that I was directly involved with,
No,
or was
this
that
is
before
like
my time?
century-
Way
this is
before.
like a century ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Fair
did
enough.
them in the end?
No, do tell.
Hopefully it wasn't a bathhouse.
It was dysentery.
Mm.
For all their warrior prowess, they didn't have enough basic hygiene to not let disease ravage their camp. Not enough basic
You would-
logistics. So,
You
yeah.
know,
Oh, sorry, go ahead, Vivian.
and then she's gonna look at Abakios. Is this why you drink so much wine, to disinfect everything?
Listen, you try showing me a single parasite that can bathe in wine, and I will tell you how healthy I am as a man.
And she's gonna
Bounce
look
my
at
pecs
you.
a bit.
Well, you... Weirdly enough, you stumbled onto some genuine hygiene practice. That is a recognized form. But yeah, my point is, all the might in the world is often laid low by bad logistics. So that's what I do. But anyway,
Right,
what
so
can I
that's-
do for you guys?
Exactly. That's why I'm with you. And yeah. So logistics. So this group, a Tempest working title, they are looking at an outpost, a fort, if you will, a homestead within / near Melodies. And so they have a ship, and you're familiar with ships in the Navy and what have you, correct?
I'm familiar, yes.
So my question is, what would be your suggestion then with acquiring things for protection?
There are
Outfitting, if you will.
plenty of good war carpenters out at the dockyards in the various establishments. They part with ballistas and mangonels and the like for coin. I thought you understood the concept of money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yep, I am. And I'm also under the impression that Melodies is at the forefront of developing different things for protection for the city. And they don't keep everything once something is upgraded. So my question for you is, and I'm not saying that I'm here to get things for free, if there
we
is
both know that
something
that's the
discounted,
case.
because
That's very
but these aren't normal merchants that are keeping these kind of wares that I want. And I know that you, of all people, would know when and where these developments are. In fact, one of the things that we were tasked with or took a job with involved helping with the defense of the city. So...
Yeah. Well, we always keep itemized lists of all the different munitions and armaments that we commission from the city's craftsmen. We keep tabs of that. I suppose I could write off a few of them as having just been unaccounted for. Rounding errors, if you will. That would be
I'd be
fairly
more than happy.
straightforward.
Well,
As long
I
as you
don't
do a
want
little
to-
something for me.
See, see, that's the thing. I have some money. I wouldn't. I was thinking I would be more than happy to hear you out, but I also think that there could be something that was less seedy or something that could be on the record that would be logical.
Oh, it's gonna be totally on the record. Things, things get discarded all the time. Maybe, a few ballistas that are serviceable still, but a little older can be prematurely written off as needing discarding, and then you can happily take them off those people's hands for a reasonable price. But my asking fee would remain the same. You know how this works,
Which
Bithynia.
is?
You have something I want.
Do I?
I have something you want, and you have something I want. Oh, I thought you knew that when you started buddying up with the head of the city, and forgot where you came from.
Oh, you see, the funny thing is that you technically spend more time with that person than I ever have. If your time that you've spent with them hasn't been to your benefit, I believe that's on you, not me.
Do you want my assistance or not?
You haven't technically told me what
Very well.
it is.
It's quite simple. You're buddy with that, Tanis figure, right?
Tanis?
Oh yeah, the new oracle. The gift from the gods, if you will.
I'm aware of who Tanis is.
Oh, it's quite simple. She, has a far sight indeed, and she is such a blessing unto this city that I just really feel like I could make her feel properly welcome to our great city with a private audience. A day or so, nothing more.
A day.
Yeah.
Do you know how many hoplites she has with her
Oh,
at
I'm
any given
painfully
time?
aware. And I'm painfully aware she listens to you.
What about the other oracle? She has much more power than Tanis.
Zoe is long gone. And she's not the oracle of this city. I'm an administrator of this city. And as someone who is to serve as the divine administrator, if you will, I feel a healthy working relationship would be of benefit to everybody, including all those citizens we vow to protect.
Well, with Tanis, have you spoken with Tanis directly?
Oh no, I haven't. I would love the opportunity to do so, but even now she's being prepped and nurtured and coddled away from all those people that she surely should have a more direct line with. And I imagine once the festival is over and she is ordained and becomes fully established in her new role, there'd be an enormous line in order to get even but a morsel of counsel from her. I just
It's
would crave a little bit of an expedite in that process, like I'm expediting your, getting battle ready for sailing.
That's a curious proposition. I don't see why I couldn't facilitate that. However, you do know that they're an oracle. Like, they see things.
Oh, I know.
So do you not think that they would see into the ideas, or do you think that because I am on the inside already because of my clean track record, that it's going to, I don't know, maybe hide that there's an ulterior motive here? Because I don't think it's going to work
You
that
always
way.
were the smart one. She's young, impressionable, and so beholden to her new friends and rescuers.
just don't understand how you have been in the position that you've been in for so long and can't get in. I'm just someone, I don't even have my own place.
An oracle is a different kettle to beans, but we're talking about not understanding. I don't understand how you cruise through life without ever trying.
Trying what? To live?
To work hard. Some of us had to earn every scrap. But anyway, we're getting aside of ourselves. I would simply like the opportunity to, make her feel fully welcome and initiate her on the ins and outs of the more finicky stuff of the city, so she's best prepared. And if you can facilitate that, I'd be happy to arm you up to the teeth on your boat.
You know, I think that maybe I can make a deal with this, but as is the way of Melodies, I'm going to have to check back with my party. As much as I try to avoid them and keep up with them, I do like to let them know ahead of time where I'm at and why I'm there. And they know that my uncle is,
Oh, come now.
This guy.
Surely by now you've elevated yourself to the leadership role in such a party. Surely they trust you to make unilateral decisions.
No, she hasn't.
I, as you were saying, do not try to do anything that involves sweating, getting my hands dirty, or otherwise involved with things other than getting the kill.
Oh, come on. I took one look at them and I know for a fact you're the smartest one amongst them. By units of measurement. Order of magnitude, sorry. By orders of magnitude. You're the sensible one amongst them. You make good life choices. I trust you.
They do. That's how you get ahead in life. That's how you've got ahead in life. It doesn't mean that they should have. Maybe there's more than one thing that runs in the family. However, I don't know if deceit will be the common thread in this interaction. I cannot make a deal with this at this time because
Deceit?
I have money. Oh, sorry. Wrong word.
Initiative,
anyways.
if you will.
Initiative.
Surely they'd appreciate your proactiveness.
Yeah, we'll roll with that. So, we will have to come back because, as you said, there are many merchants available, and there's so many connections in the city, and like you said, Tempest has a decent reputation. Maybe the deal that I can get elsewhere will come without the price, because while I may not be connected to Tanis, I do not want to be in an unfavorable position within the city with someone who is almost at the point of fulfilling their duties, especially after we sat in the same meeting voting on the workload that she was given. And I didn't see many hands going up for reducing her workload here. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, no, I remember that. I mean, surely one so blessed by the gods is well up to the challenge of ensuring the prosperity and divinity of our city. The destiny, if you will. She's the patron of destiny, after all.
Yeah.
Alright, very well. Discuss it amongst your little friends. I'll await your answer.
I might also...
I just hope they don't keep you from making the smart choice.
Well, it hasn't happened to this point yet, so I don't suspect that it will. But the Oracle, Tanis and Zoe, will both be at the festival. Will you?
Oh, of course. I must, make all relevant appearances and, engage in the festivities. It's a monumentous occasion, after all. Yes, maybe, an evening stroll audience. A couple hours, even. But a day of private audience would make all the difference to the benefit of the city, surely.
Certainly, especially for someone like yourself who seems to be somewhat perturbed about being behind the scenes so much, you would think that you would want to get out there and be in front of other people, especially with high-profile people, when that is what you hold over my head and my connections that I've made in the city.
Exactly, and if I had time to ingratiate myself with the Oracle to really show her the best practices, that would just mean that everything would go so much more smoothly at the festival itself. See, I'm glad we can come to understanding. Very well. Talk to your friends and, keep me posted. I have things to do now. I, trust you know where the door is. And he just goes back to writing.
Alright, Bakios.
Your uncle is a prick. Well, I'm assuming we're out of the door at this point.
Yeah, I assume this is a bit of a cutaway.
Yeah.
I'm just
Your uncle's
loving
a-
as well, Tamara and Virla both just fucking seething.
I'm so pissed.
I'm pissed off and I was in there.
And I'm just like, man, he's whatever. It's fine. I'll get what I want.
I've been waiting to bust him out.
What a dick.
And I am so, like, the reason I am mad is for reasons that nobody knows about, so I'm just like, okay, fuck you, Romeo, it's fine.
So, cutting at this point to the Decatia, you're let through easy enough with the note that Bithynia wrote to you, and you are essentially pointed to a building known simply as the Research Edifice.
I am 100% skipping there.
Yep. And so, due to the sort of time-space fuckery that occurs within the Decatia, it's actually like a kilometer to the thing, so you're skipping for a little while. But you see students, you know, frolicking about, shooting lightning, so the person who actually takes you to the correct area is so you're greeted at the door after a message is sent by a beautiful woman with platinum blonde hair and eyes that sort of are frosted white ever so slightly, almost like fog. Hiya.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. My name's Demetria. I went to school with Bithynia.
Oh.
My name is Xanthia, and this is Hilira, and we're current party members of Bithynia.
No problem. So, yeah, the research edifice is down that way. I'll take you there, and then the person you're gonna want to talk to, did she set you up with someone specific?
No, we're looking for someone that knows about crystals, stones, cities.
Geology.
Everyone died and turned into crystals.
Okay, you probably want to talk to Agonor.
Cool.
Yeah,
I will
he-
definitely say that.
Yeah, he's
right?
a cool guy. He was in the year above us. He's, works with rocks. He's, Hecate's in Goliath, so yeah, look out for the extra, sorry, no, I got myself messed up. He's a Goliath, so look for the big grey fellow. He's got a mohawk as well, a short one.
Alright.
That's how he stands out. That's how you know him.
Okay.
Agador, that was?
Agonor. Agenor.
Aganor. Alrighty. Thank you.
Yeah, easy enough. You, about half an hour later, you're at the right place, and you ask around a little bit, and you're pointed to the right department within the research edifice, and you knock on the door that you've been told to be Agonor's. The door
I need to
just
get my frustration out.
the door just opens, and like he is like a full-on 2 feet taller than both of you. So he's like, and then he looks down, just like basically gets to your level, Hilira. Is someone dying?
You know, if I would have gone through with my knock, someone probably would have.
Then why are you knocking on my door like someone is dying?
Okay, we were sent by Bithynia. You know, Bithynia. Do you know Bithynia?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she sent us. We're friends, and we're looking for something about people turning into crystals, and cities dying, and people turning into crystals.
I hesitate to say you've come to the right place, but if it's minerals you're after, I am the person to speak to.
Oh.
Come on in. So, people turning into crystals? I mean, you can turn anything into anything with enough magic, but, I don't think this was just a true polymorph or anything like that. Can you be more specific?
Well, it kind of looked like people were more or less hit by something that was engulfing them, causing them to die as well.
You remember what the crystals looked like?
Yeah. Can I don't know, like draw you a little sketch or something?
How about this? And he basically takes you over to a wall that's just covered with shelves. And each one has like a little... It's like a little upside-down jar that's pill-shaped. It's like a little observation glass thing that has little geode samples on the inside. Like a... observation jar. Is that what they're called? Yeah, like little observation jar that are like round and have like a little base at the bottom. And you like these little glass tubes. Alright, I don't have everything here, but I keep samples on standby for reference and the like, so I guess start looking. See if anything looks familiar.
Alright. Do I find any crystal that looks like what I've seen there?
Make an investigation check.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's a 9.
Iliad, are you doing anything during this?
Are there like bookshelves and stuff?
Yeah, so there's various different bookshelves, yeah.
I'm just taking out books.
Okay.
Look interesting. Just taking them down.
Cool, so you're not helping...
Leave in different places.
So you aren't helping Xanthia?
Don't know how I would. I've never seen the crystals.
Okay.
So I'm just goofing about.
With a 9, so you look through, and fortunately he's categorized them also by subtype as well, so it's easy enough to... So you roll out... Okay, so geodes like Tiger Eye and sort of agate is like, no, not these ones, sapphire, no, and sort of you move to a section of rougher crystals. And Aganor sort of moves up behind you, is like, interesting. So be in this area?
Yes. Also, if it helps, it might be related to a creature, possibly with blue scales, probably evil. Also, to be honest, I don't know anything about crystals or how they're formed, but that was underwater. So
Underwater.
Bithynia mentioned something about maybe lightning or extreme heat being involved.
His eyes go like widen ever so slightly. And he just reaches over to one of the far ends. And he pulls out a jar. And inside it is a sinisterly familiar white crystal that branches almost like a bleached coral. And so it looks like a white coral kind of thing. It's sort of like those spreading patterns. That is fucking identical. And there's a small label that just says fulgurite.
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 That's the one. Yes. I'm completely certain.
When lightning strikes sand at the right angle, it turns into a perfect sculpture of itself. That warped and crystallized sand made out of a mineral glass is known as fulgurite. I don't know why he sounds like Daxos all of a sudden, sorry. When lightning strikes sand at the right angle, it forms fulgurite.
That is quite interesting.
Uh,
No, there's not a lot of lightning going on underwater, from my experience. But you're saying that these kind of crystals also occur naturally, well, whenever lightning strikes sand?
Oh, absolutely. Observe. And he goes rummaging, and he pulls out a, like, little terrarium type thing. It looks like something that you can make into a terrarium, but it's just a box of sand. He basically puts it at the other end of the room, stands, like, about 30 feet back, points with his finger. He does, like, a tongue thing, like, and then fires a lightning bolt. And after a moment, when the smoke clears, it's already formed. Sorry, did I just do a triggering thing? I really should have clocked that.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry, I really didn't think that through. But yeah, and he sort of basically just moves over. It's already cooled down, and he just breaks off a piece, and it's identical.
Would you mind if I could maybe take a little sample of this?
Sure. He gives you a section about like a ginger root. It looks like almost like a ginger root's worth of, so yeah.
Thank you. You don't... I mean, you are affiliated with minerals, stones, that kind of thing. But I don't suppose you know of any creatures that could have this power to cause these kind of, like, lightning strong enough to turn like an underwater village into more or less just crystal-like statues.
He's gonna make a history check, we'll say, with a +4. I don't have a stat block for this guy, I made him up.
Could I make one as well, because I'm proficient in history?
Go for it.
I'm just like sideways, halfway reading a book and listening.
Go for it.
Okay. 16.
A 16, and with his 18. You both come to the same conclusion in relatively short order. A creature capable of creating these formations would be a creature capable of generating large quantities of lightning. There's only one creature capable of generating large quantities of lightning that would have blue scales.
As a player, I know the answer, but Xanthia is stupid.
And Abanor is like, blue dragon.
I thought dragons weren't part of Theros.
They are. Only
Okay.
chromatics.
Oh, chromatic dragons, fair enough.
And, oh yeah, only chromatics. There are, just as a side note, there are actually dragons in Greek mythology if you look for the right stories.
Nice.
Everyone thinks they were
There's
Norse
also
thing.
werewolves.
Yeah. A blue dragon could do that.
Dragon.
What do you know of dragons?
Not much. Can I roll nature, history,
History
whatever?
or nature, your choice.
In some way
13.
assist.
Sorry, what? What was that, Hilira?
I assist or roll
Yeah, go for it.
myself as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you say again? Sorry. History?
History or nature, your choice.
It's the same for me, and it's a 13.
Okay.
22.
Hilira, you have a greater knowledge of dragons on account of the massive red dragon that inhabits the mountain known as Mount Velos. And sort of by proxy, you know that dragons are vain, territorial creatures, greedy, craving treasure above all else, only interested in themselves. Oftentimes they will establish themselves as tyrants of their own domain. They adore flattery, and so they will often seek out thralls and slaves to carry out their will and to further their empire. They are every self-centered sin in one creature. Envy, pride, wrath. They rarely do anything other than their own personal gain. You know more about red dragons than you do blue, so I'm going to leave it at that, but you know that blue dragons do prefer coastal areas and the sea. They are capable of greater capacity for swimming, certainly, than red dragons.
Okay. So it might be a blue dragon?
Mm-hmm. It seems so, yes.
Are you born of great wealth?
Me? No. My entire town was very, very simplistic.
That's odd. Oh, I suppose if it just derived a sick pleasure from the carnage. I apologize, I don't mean to speak so clinically, but, if a blue dragon is what you seek in order to right a wrong, then I wish you luck. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yes. Are there any books about blue dragons?
Not in this room. You would need to go to the erudite repository.
The repository. Do you want to go there, Cynthia, and see if we can find something more about the blue dragon?
Yeah, sure. We're already here, so it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Thank you.
I've rearranged all his bookshelves. There are piles on the floor where I've kind of stepped up to get to the higher shelves, but yeah, it has a really cool new interior.
Hilira, make a charisma saving throw.
If you're within 10 feet of me, you get to add a +4.
Oh, that's a natural one.
You are polymorphed into a pot-bellied pig. And Agenor just says, "No, Reven." Was it no, Reven? Good day. And he just shuts the door.
You know, I just take off running towards where I'm supposed to go. But I'm very cute.
You are very cute.
Oh god.
You look delicious.
So I imagine,
Oh,
are Bethany
boy.
and I still there, or are Bakos and I still there, or have we walked? Is there someone like in the lobby outside of where their office was, like a secretary or something like that?
There would be some sort of secretary situation. So
Before we left, I would ask that person. I would turn around and say, "Thank you for getting us in on short notice. And while I don't need to see my uncle again. Next time you see him, can you give him a message from me?
sure thing, sweetie.
Can you tell him no deal?
Very well. Bye now.
Thank you."
I felt like in a previous life, Romeo, you were a Southern belle because that was just beautiful.
My stars, I appreciate the compliment. And for the record, if you guys go to the players board right now, that's what you look like, Helena.
Amazing. So
Yes.
So have Bakos and I made our way back to the Decatia, or
So they would have been finished before you guys had 2 trips to go to, and you left at the same time, so you wouldn't have had time yet. You're chronologically speaking, you're still at your uncle's at this point.
okay?
But you could be coming back by this time, so yeah, you're not quite there yet. But so
Because we both fit on.
yeah.
We both fit on Plummet. Do you want to walk, or do you want to ride on Plummet, Bakos?
Oh my god, yes please. Let's go for a ride.
Okay, so you guys take off. We cut to the front doors of the Erudite Repository, a massive marble building that seems to be like 2 twinned buildings, a larger one and a smaller one that are sort of adjacent to each other. They're like these sort of long cylindrical, like ancient Greek columns type edifices with a rounded dome. And just the attendant at the front gate is just, you just see a shot of him. He's like, "No pets," and then it cuts to Xanthia, who's holding a pot-bellied pig under her arm. No pets.
Technically, she's not a pet. She's one of our companions, and she got polymorphed.
If she got polymorphed, then you can wait an hour until she's not 400 shit-covered pounds of bacon.
I'll wait outside with her.
Can I try and bite him?
Make an attack roll.
I don't know pig stats, so
+3.
Please roll on that 20. Please roll on that 20.
I rolled a 6 plus something.
Okay, so you kind of just... You can't reach him from where you are, so you just wriggle in Xanthia's arms.
Shh!
I flip him off.
I cast calm emotion.
I try and flip him off.
You try to flip him off, and then everything becomes just so great. But, okay, between waiting for the polymorph to wear off and Plummet's flight, I'll say you all reconvene just as the polymorph ends.
You're doing okay now.
No, Fish
I
and
still
Emotional
calm emotion?
Support Pig is going to be the title of the episode.
I'm actually very good right now. I'm not sure. Am I okay? I feel like I'm not okay. But I feel okay.
You have an overwhelming desire to eat food from a trough instead of on a plate right now. Like normal food, but just like that's your current modus of eating.
Interesting. I feel like I should pry into my food in a trough. Can we go learn about dragons now?
Cool, so Bithynia, you're there, and everybody's there at this point.
So So, she's still a pig?
No, she's transformed back at this point.
Okay, so I am hopeful that your research was better than our negotiations.
Yeah, we learned what those crystals are, and it seems like a blue dragon just decided to murder my entire family and everyone I knew.
Were they rich or something? Why would they do that?
No, nope.
And you said you were how old when this went down?
I was sorry?
How old were you when they died?
Oh, 24.
Oh, yeah,
So
because
2
it's
years
a couple
ago.
years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
That's wildly suspicious, so maybe we can find more information on that. Okay. Who was it that was able to help you at the university? At the conference?
His name is Agonor.
You know
I
Agonor,
think
he was a cool dude, he was in the year above you.
He's super cool. Awesome hair. 10 out of 10. Do appreciate his knowledge and insight.
Yeah,
I might say that he rocks.
I
seems to have
was
a-
tempted to say, you guys actually dated for a semester, but I feel like that would be infringing too much on your backstory. So never mind.
Let's put it on there. Yeah.
Sure, you guys actually dated for a semester.
Yeah.
He seems to have a peculiar sense of humor. He turned Hilliera into a pig.
Did you deserve it?
Nah, probably. I might have rearranged his bookshelves a little bit because
And-
they were very high.
And Bithynia,
And
as you
I
say this, like, to you, that's the equivalent of, like, a seamstress hearing that someone used fabric scissors to, like, cut a, like, plastic, wrapper or something like that.
Yeah. So you touched his bookshelf?
Yeah, I made really cool stairs and I started to rearrange them in rainbow order. I don't think he liked that.
Between Bacchios and his lack of eloquence the last time we were on campus and your whatever that was, I may have to reconsider. I might have to send you to speak with my uncles in the future, and I'll deal
Are
with
they
the
nice?
Katya. Is what?
Are they nice? Did
That
it
depends on
work
who you
or-
ask.
Oh.
My uncle? My uncles? Well, I only got to speak with one of them today. I'd like to think that they balance one another out, but I think they're a perfect pair for one another.
Okay. Well, we learned that we need to learn about blue dragons, so we should probably learn about blue dragons.
Okay.
And maybe the red dragon, because didn't Daxel say something about the mountain and the red dragon?
Yeah, he mentioned a mountain. Vallis, I believe. Yeah.
You know, I am aware of dragons, but like I said, the extent of my research is within books and not on the job training, so to speak. So if I have seen any form of adventure, it's been with you all. So if you've seen me do it, that's the extent of what I know, and it does not involve blue dragons.
DM clarification, what Daxo spoke of is that Mount Velis, who's at the heart of which is the Forge of Purphoros, would be the only place where one would have any hope of remaking the Shards of Dikkela, which is within your inventory at this time. He didn't speak specifically of a dragon, although he did say something to the effect of, no, I'm never going back.
Yeah.
Because there's a dragon!
Yeah, so
Well,
this
to
is...
heck with pirates, let's go find a blue dragon to kill.
Ah, and a red dragon!
Unless they're in the water, because we might not have the ability. I mean, if they took out an entire village, I don't know what we would have to offer.
We have Butcha and Amalia. I think we'll make do.
Amalia was like, and then like holds up an axe. By the way, we got the fort if we want it. We just have to make the payment.
Question. Here's the thing, right? The only thing I know about dragons is they get more and more fuck-off dangerous the older and bigger they get. Do we have any idea how big of a red and or blue dragon we're dealing with here?
No, that's
And
why we
you
wanted
took
to
it to town.
research.
Botch, you have seen Thraxes once or twice. So
Was this in my time in the wilderness or my time as an Acronian general?
Both. So Thraxes is actually worshipped by a specific cult in Akros that leave offerings to him. He resides in the mountain in Purforos's Allfort. This is common knowledge as well.
Yeah. Is Thraxes an ancient or an adult dragon?
You've
red
seen
dragon.
him snatch rocks out of the sky.
Oh, he's an ancient dragon. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to. We might not want to fuck with this guy. He will kill us with ease. I don't say that lightly.
I mean, the blue dragon or the red dragon? And is the red dragon going to be the same as the blue dragon? I mean, I don't understand this. Without books in front of me, I'm like a fish out of water.
Okay. Yeah, I think Thraxes is a red dragon, correct?
Thraxes is a red dragon, yes.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to go near Thraxes, right? The big-ass red dragon. Let's leave him where he is. The blue dragon, maybe. We could maybe take him if he's a smaller dragon. But no, we're not going after the ancient red dragon.
But Xanthia, do you want this blue dragon to be killed? I mean, are you nervous that it's going to be a threat? This was only 2 years ago, so it's not much older than it was when it did what it did.
I mean, the main thing that concerns me is I don't see any good reason why it would just attack my village. So who's to say that it's not doing that to other places, to other people?
You know, I could try something. I could try and send it a message.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Don't you fucking dare, my lady.
Oh.
Don't you dare.
Why not?
Best thing about dragons is they don't know you're coming because they assume that nobody would be dumb enough to try it.
Or I could scry on it. Now we know where it is, and if it's terrorizing a town again, then we can kill it if you want to, Xanthia. And if you don't, then we don't.
I feel like we should do some investigation on the spot. Like, you know, we don't really need. We have money, by the way. We did get some money, and then I don't know who grabbed the money for you for the that you were able to get a full refund for the whip, but we were able to get some money for our housing option. But you know, do we really need to go on an adventure for money exclusively?
How
I
much
think I
did you
wanted to
get?
go pirating.
Scotty says, how much did you get for the war scythe, the whip, and the Self of the Mirage in total?
And so she'll pull out a satchel and she'll say, we were able to get 900 gold, a full refund back for the whip. Someone was quite kind to get rid of a scythe for 8,500, and then I was able to offload my staff, which was 2,500.
Well, that's more than enough to, I looked into it while we were at it. A ballista, the going rate on a ballista is 600 drachmi, and a mangonel, I wrote it down.
Did you mean to change your voice?
Dude, your voice is like the most over-eager real estate agent in the world.
So the ballista was 600 gold piece.
I did not mean to change my voice, no.
That was brilliant, by the way.
Okay.
Do you want to buy a house?
Okay.
No deal. This is definitely no deal.
Snowman.
So a ballista is 600 gold pieces and a mangonel is 1,000 gold pieces each.
So the house is 1k gold each or 5k total.
Sorry, no, the weapons so a standard out of character. A standard galley has 4 ballistas and 2 mangonels. You don't have to go with that configuration, but just letting you know, a ballista are 600 gold pieces each, and a mangonel is 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay. My spelling probably atrocious, but it's here. Okay, so that's fine. And then how much is the fort or the house that's still in the market?
30,000.
And then okay, so it's still available. Needs to fix her upper. So currently, how are you all doing with your monies situation?
I have 20 gold on me.
Well,
I have the
our
8,500. That's it.
We have the party funds as well, which I think is 30k.
Scotty says
How much did we get from the vampire horde?
30k total, pretty much. Oh, it was
Yeah.
something to the tune of that. I don't remember the
Yeah.
exact number.
34,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, between
Nice.
platinum and copper and the like. Okay, Scotty says, okay, so most of that's going to go to the fort. If we maybe start with less fancy furniture and then work our way up, we can probably furnish it for not much more than that. And I believe something you said to the effect of Dark Souls may help with that, just, you know, as a friendly favor. If we need to throw up some extra walls to make rooms or stuff like that, he may be able to, you know, or something like that. I don't know how it works with Forge Magic, but... Well, so that's the stronghold, which leaves us like, around about 10,000 from what you guys sold for armaments or the like. If I did the math right.
Works for me.
Because how much do you have, Hilera?
Money? I have 3,000 gold pieces, and then I have the bar that we got from my good pal. I don't remember his name right now. I feel so bad. Nazaros.
So you have 3k plus.
Plus the Leonin bar, which is 500
It's 50 platinum or 500 gold.
500 gold pieces extra to that.
And then do we know how much Scotty has?
Scotty will volunteer that information. Stand by.
Okay.
I've got 100 platinum pieces, 32 gold pieces, 259 silver pieces, and 777 copper pieces.
100 platinum and how much gold?
32.
Okay.
Wow.
Drinks on Scotty.
You're
Well,
rich.
No,
the amount of money you have and you
not
drink...
3,200, 32.
Oh, I got 32. But still, 100 platinum?
Yes, I don't
Oh my
remember.
god, do you... Wait, you just told me your family. Do you have a brother again? Did you say you have a brother?
No, I'm an only child. Scotty, feel free to retcon that
typical.
if I said that wrong.
Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't think 100 platinum is just 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Right, I'm doing the maths right, so I haven't got that much. I spent most of it when we were buying the thing of the staff that she sold.
You've got
never
100
mind.
platinum in your inventory. I don't know what that's from. Wait, let me double check that's platinum.
I think that's what that's all he's got left now. Because there might be something in the notes for my for the communal fund in terms of what is left there. I also do have some diamonds, but those are we're saving those for spells. Yeah, I have family, but I don't speak to them much. They're all in the Scoverdale.
You're gonna
we
want to
don't
watch the
see
episode
us.
back. I had to step in for you in terms of exposition. I tried to keep it light.
That's
Should
fine.
I ask,
It's all good.
should I ask Scotty in person before I send my message out? Or send my message out?
You can do.
So, question for you. With this festival coming up, I had offered to invite anyone's family that they wanted to, and I'm curious if you'd like your mom and dad to come out.
It's fine. They probably wouldn't want to. Yeah, don't worry about it. But thank you, though. I appreciate the offer, but no.
Or anybody? Anybody from the Vale?
Let's I'm sure. Yeah, maybe Xanthia might. No, bad choice. Barkios, Hilira. Oh gods.
Amalia just clamps
no,
her mouth
this way.
over her hand over Scotty's mouth. I think you broke him.
What's next? Are you going to invite? She's going to stop herself. Never mind. Okay, so no one wants their family there, including myself. So that's fine.
Mood.
So okay, I'm glad that I saved myself that because I definitely was thinking you might be the only one who doesn't have like daddy issues here, but maybe you don't. And you just don't want them there. That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. So we have money. We have the fort.
I was gonna say. I mean, they're always with me in a way, and he taps a part of his like the inside layer of his not jacket, but coverall that has the little pouches, and you hear like the clink of two of the glass vials.
Just because I'm conscious of time, so my understanding is you're going to go ahead and acquire the fort. Is that a total agreement?
Sure.
Cool. Go ahead and mark off the 30,000 for that. The deed is signed. You guys are the proud owners of a fort outpost, and I will get cracking on tweaking the map. I think there's a few cannons on there I need to shop out and stuff like that. Just so that it is appropriate, and then I can add stuff into it in Dungeon Draft or Azure if need be, what you guys, Ooh, maybe we can have, like, a separate live stream that's almost like Sims, where you guys, like, tell me what to put it in, and I'll try to put it in.
Let's do it!
I will do it on one condition.
Mm-hmm.
You download the soundtrack for the building music in The Sims, and we in the background.
Yeah.
I will see about that. But yeah, basically, I can have you guys watching the screen while I'm using Dungeon Draft, and I can
Yes.
plop down
I'm
assets.
just playing on a film in the background, like for some reason he's just suddenly learned all these classical tunes.
Are you guys choosing to upgrade to arm the Siren's Wrath as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we've got enough cash for a decent amount of armament.
Okay, so there are 6 slots on the Siren's Wrath as it stands. Just like, because it's got... you can... Any configuration of ballista and mangonels based on your choice.
What would we know what the base damage stats of ballista and mangonels are?
So, yes, I can pull that up for you. Let me just pull up Galley. Game rules, vehicles. A ballista does 3d10 piercing damage. A mangonel does 5d10 bludgeon damage. However, the ranges are slightly different, and also ballistas are easier to fire. So
We get 4 ballistae and 2 mangonel then?
that would be the standard loadout of a galley. Like, as in, if you just pluck a galley stat block from Ghost of Saltmarsh, that's what it has. So that would be in line with what's considered standard for a galley. So yeah, you want to do that?
I'm down.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so mark off 2,400 for the ballistae.
I'll do that. I'll take that out of my end. Out of the money that I've got from...
And
2,500 for that, yeah.
and then additional 2,000 for the mangonels.
So for 4,500.
Yeah.
Right, that's cool. I still have 4 grand, so anyone that wants cash in their inventory, I really don't care about. As Bokios, I don't care about the money. So who wants 4 grand?
I'll take it.
All right, Xanthia, take 4 grand.
Okay.
I'm taking it out of my inventory.
Xanthia hasn't held cash for some time, so maybe that's
fine. Xanthia, have 4,000 gold. It's yours.
Cool.
Then,
Thank you.
Let's go diamond
Also,
shopping.
we can't afford them today, Scotty says, but another day we might be able to get... Because I was talking to the shipwright, and he works a bit with various enchanters and Darkness and the like, and we can get cool magical upgrades for the ship eventually. We could get figureheads that are enchanted to launch spells or, things like that.
Cool.
Or
mean, we could
rams that
also
have upgrades. And...
take Hilera and tie her to the front of the ship. So... Okay, bad idea.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
so
let's
up
do
for
it.
that.
Do we want a figurehead
Yes.
for the Siren's Wrath as well, by the way? Just a plain
Yes.
one. We don't have one.
As long as it has fantastic titties, I'm all good.
I mean, it is called the Siren's Wrath.
There you go. Sirens have got great titties.
Okay. I will say... So you actually, if you guys want, you get a really good deal on the figurehead. For a mere... so this is just a non-magical decorative piece, but for a mere 80 gold, basically what you get happen is Doxos basically just you give him a description of what you want, and he just uses Mauve Earth to create a perfect mold instantaneously out of clay. Just pours it full of bronze, and then just casts Move Earth again to remove the thing. It's like, it does feel like cheating sometimes, but hey, it means I can help people out as well. Thumbs his nose.
Like 3D printing.
Yeah, basically. Magical 3D printing. And so you guys have a figurehead as well.
Should I?
Okay, I'm gonna pay that
Okay, sure.
now that I have money.
Okay. And I'll say that is where we'll... unless anybody wishes to do anything else, you raise your hand, right?
Nah, I think we're good.
Is it possible to go to see the Oracle in training?
Yes, you can. So, So she's, at the moment, at her request, chosen to remain in the Lodge of Nelia. So you meet her there, and she's basically, you see the same assortment of hoplites that are positioning, taking guard, but in a more casual stance as well. And then you're waved through, and the Daughters of Nelia greet you all, as is proper. And Tanis comes out and says, "Hello."
Hi, it is great to see you again.
It's great to see you too.
How is Milites treating you?
Everyone's been so nice. They showed me a few previews of they're laying the foundations for the temple. They're really hoping to have it finished construction by the time the festival arrives.
That is amazing. Do you get to have any choice in how it's like laid out or the design? Or
Somewhat,
is it being done
yes.
for
There
you?
are certain limits, but I get to choose the layout of my room, if I want a basin for bathing in the room, or if I want an adjacent room for that. They're giving me some wiggle room in that respect. Everyone's been really lovely to me.
So it must be close if you said that it'll be done by the time the festival rolls around?
They're expediting the process. There was a fellow, actually, who says he knew you. Aristophanes was his name. He's one of the several archmages that were basically asked to magically fabricate bricks and things like that so that the process would be done a bit more expediently.
Well, between the last time that we were able to speak and today, it seems that we both have a place that's under construction. The group that I'm with, Tempest, they just decided on acquiring and building up a location near the ocean. Have you ever been able to get out to the sea much?
I was marooned on an island for something like a decade. So, and then after that I hitched a ride home on the Siren's Wrath, which is your vessel, I believe, when you guys found me. Well, when Tempest found me. So, I have somewhat of a relationship with the sea, yes. She chuckles.
Well, what I can see is that I think that it would be great. I don't know if there's going to be an ability for me to get out there to see the temple during the festival, but do you ever have time to get away?
Not really at the moment. I've already been asked to advise on certain matters, to make predictions or foresights, and glimpses into the future in order to help guide certain events and things of the like.
Gotcha.
Got my
Well, I hope that they are good visions for Militis and beyond.
The main things at the moment around things like foreseeing if there are likely storms in the coming seasons so the farmers can prepare and things like that.
Well, hopefully the weather patterns will hold so that the crops and fishing seasons aren't impacted negatively.
I haven't seen otherwise so far.
Well, as far as the festival is concerned, do you have a schedule already for that time period?
It's early at the moment. I know that there's to be a formal announcement where I might be asked to address the city. So a sort of speech upon a stage is something that's been presented to me. Sophia will introduce me and I will say hello to everybody.
And how are you feeling about that? Militis is
Well,
a big
I'm
city.
really nervous, actually. I've never done anything like this before. All of this is so scary and loud and busy, but it's also really exciting, you know?
It is the first time for you as well, yeah?
And I just, I was alone for a very long time, so I kind of, people, it's a big jump, and I like that. It's change, and I guess I like change. I like it when things move forward. Maybe that's why Clothis chose me.
Maybe. Well, if there's something that I know, it's that if you don't want to do something, you don't have to. So if even in the minutes before going on stage and giving this speech, you don't want to, you don't have to. Zoe will be there, correct?
Oh yes, Zoe's going to be part of the ceremonies.
And when does Zoe get to town?
I imagine. She holds up her hand, her eyes flare white. About 30 seconds pass. She said likely 1 or 2 days prior.
Fantastic. Well, I don't know. Usually the festivals have a workup of things that happen ahead of time, but
oh
maybe
yes,
the
there
three of
very
us
much will
can-
be a workup of things ahead of time. I just it's been a handful of days. I imagine they're still working it up, and then that'll be available at that time. I can make sure to pass it on to you as soon as it is available.
That'd be lovely. And then Zoe, they're in is it Glaceon right now?
Glaceon,
currently?
yes, her hometown.
Okay. Fantastic. I just checking in to make sure that everything is well, and you know that you have a friend in the city with me, if ever you need help. But
Thank you.
I
She pulls you
recommend.
into a big hug. I really appreciate it. I know I haven't interacted with you as much, but you're every bit part of Tempest to me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I don't want to meddle too much longer, so I guess I will be seeing you and hopefully Zoe here in the next couple weeks, and that new temple as well.
It was really nice seeing you. Enjoy your new fort, as it were, and enjoy pirate hunting.
Always. And remember, if you ever want to get away from the temple, you're more than. If you ever want to get out, by all means, get away. We have access.
If you can
and ways to get you.
persuade the city to let go of me, I'd love that.
Well, I don't think that. I mean, you'd still be in the city,
I'd
but
come back.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just
I'll
maybe we'll have better luck with Zoe when she's in town.
It clocks you as well, though, that you never told her that you were pirate hunting. And she just flashes you a smile.
Yeah, so...
But hey, my gaze is further reaching than most. Maybe I can be with you guys in spirit.
That is fair. You know, protection comes in more than one way, and I appreciate anything that is offered.
I'll keep you in my sights. She taps her blindfold with like a bit of a knowing joke.
Okay. And so she'll just look at probably the hoplites that are around and like, all right, until next time.
They acknowledge you. And like these guys they're not like imprisoning her or anything. They're pretty chill as well. Like they're nice guys, and so everything's fairly amiable. But yeah, you guys acquire your new stronghold, and we'll visit some of that. What we might do is maybe start next session like a couple days later from inside the stronghold or something like that. Mini time jump. We can work out the details of that. But you acquire that. You go down to the docks and chat to a very nice war carpenter, or an carpenter professional who agrees to hook you up with your ballistas and mangonels, and I'll go ahead and add those to the Siren's Wrath stat block. The figurehead is fitted. I'll need to add that to the token. And that is where we'll end tonight's session. All right.
Hey.
Nice, lovely RP episode. We like. I'll wrap this up nice and sweet. Now, a bit of a later one. Thank you guys for sticking it out, and thank you to the audience for sticking it out with us. We love you all. We really appreciate it. Thank you, LOLE, for the raid. That's hugely appreciated. We love you very much. And thank you, Go Gaming Syndicate, for hosting. You're an absolute gem. To all, sending all of the love. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the show. LOL, you're too good to us. May have to organize some sort of collab at some point. But yeah, so just having a look at everybody who's in the chat, thank you all so much. We're going to say good night now. Absolute pleasure as always. Stay tuned next time. As always, we are DC30.